Hello everyone, I am Tacit, and today we are mainly going to be messing around with the Divine Ishbala, as well as the Moneylender. Those are of course the two new troops that ended up coming in today from the Leonis Empire event. Also a really good time to pick up a Corvash if you haven't already gotten a copy of him, so maybe a little bit we'll mess with him as well, though I do use him quite commonly. He's mainly my Brown Guild War. Every single Brown Guild War day I run him. I don't think there's been a single Brown Guild War I haven't used him, just because he's such a good utility. Best stun in the game, good drain, and also stuns off the ability, and it's true damage. But anyways, main thing we're going to be messing with, which I haven't really had much time to do today, is Ishbala. Going to be doing a lot of stuff with Divine Ishbala. Of course, she gives all Divines half starting mana, which is particularly good with almost every Divine, since there's quite a few really good quick casts that we can do. This right here is the cheap team that we're messing around with earlier. We will be messing with quite a few other ones though, but I do want to stick with the basic ones first, and then kind of just keep expanding from there. And if you guys have any suggestions or things you want me to do or any questions, feel free to leave them, and we'll definitely make sure to go over them. Okay, we'll take that. Need to start getting its ability here. We have a bunch of enchants, which is nice. Probably just going to throw a single color into that. So to do that, we're going to need to take a brown, and we'll just take that down. He'll take whatever, perfectly fine. And now we can get our convert. Before I do, though, what are we going to be needing here? Let's see if I can actually remember its convert off the top of my head. I believe it was red to skull and green to yellow, which under this current board does nothing. And now it still does nothing. So yeah, I guess we'll throw this down. That gives the colors we need to try aligning it. And still is not really giving us exactly what we need. We'll just move that over for now. And nope, still not there. We'll just go throw ourselves some damage. Get a pretty heavy poke out of that. You get that for free from the Shentan Kingdom that came out recently. Also, as I mentioned earlier, there is a high probability of us getting a patch this week. It has not been confirmed, but it's a pretty much guaranteed chance. Unless something really weird happens with it. So we'll go throw that down. Get our convert. Don't have anything else to go convert, but we'll just move that down. Gets a lot of damage, a lot of mana. Not only does it get the mana from the ability, but of course it also gets the mana from the enchant, which is kind of cool. Though for the most part, we're mainly just using that to boost ratio. We barely even need it for the mana itself. Okay, so all that we can't really move around with. We'll just throw a single small poke. It looks like he's going to die. We could have kept him alive if we wanted to by casting his heal, but oh well. Not that big a deal. Do we have alignment? Not really, but it's still a poke, so we'll go for it. Oh, I could have taken that brown first. Should have. All we need now is just to get that last little bit of mana. We could do it off a yellow surge, throw that down, and kind of just take it down from there. And I believe that's exactly what we're doing, so we'll do that. That gives us full mana. We can now throw this onto anything. So we'll just do that on blue, get all that, get our magic buffs. Do we cast it again? Do we even have a place to cast it again? No, not any guarantee extra turn, so we're not going to bother with it. And we do get the poke, and that will be almost at match. It doesn't have any follow-up damage or anything, but we can simply do that with a skull, and down he goes. Yeah, that's the really cheap team. It might not necessarily look cheap initially, but of course the epic you get for free from the kingdom, the legend, assuming you already have it, is the legend. Then it's just an ultra rare and a rare. And that's about it. Okay, let me go clear out this guy. Of course, the Moneylender ends up giving us... Oh, I put him on the extra team slot earlier for whatever reason. But yeah, Moneylender, I am surprised. I think they accidentally made it the wrong boost ratio or something. Moneylender creates way too many reds. I don't know why they made it so many reds. Also, I didn't even say hello to all the chats yet. Hello, Nautical. Hello, Adam. Hello, Maximuse. Hello, Questor. Hello, Alanso. Hello, RapPF. Hello, Sean. Hello, Xavier. Hello, Sir Robin. And hello, Dennis. I know, the new legend is very amazing. Divines are one of the stronger classifications, too. That would be like if they released 50% to all daemons, which if they ever do, will be very, very annoying. It could be even better than the 50% all divines, which we're not using at the moment. But, wish we could get our loop up. Well, he's just using those, so it doesn't really matter much, but I'll go move that down. Only reason I switched to this team is because it's the easy team, and we get a free 400 gold simply for winning with this guy in our team. Definitely advise farming up gold this week with him. Very, very good at doing so. Just put it with an alchemist, and he does that every single time. And if you happen to have the Yalgway, you just keep getting the alignments and just keep tearing it apart. Oh yeah, I need to go remove Voice of Orpheus from this team. That's something I mentioned earlier, but then still didn't do. So I need to make sure I go do that. We'll go throw that down. Not fully certain on the replacement. I guess simply just a Goblin Rocket, and I'll just need to try to use it quick enough. That or something else that can get alignment very easily. And that's match. Just throw it down again, or take the skull, or do anything else, and down it goes. Because we don't really need that cleanse. That's the initial reason I even put that in the team in the first place. But it doesn't have any way to extra turn or anything, so nope. Voice of Orpheus, you're out. Infernus, not an extra turn, but a high damage. What else works there? World Breaker wouldn't. Well, it technically would, but something with red-yellow would be good. But that only leaves us with Guard's Avatar and I believe Infernus, if I'm not mistaken. As far as their triple color. So we have Guard's Avatar, which we're not going to do. We could, of course, do Goblin Rocket. That would be the cheapest thing we could put there. Infernus, though that's not a guarantee extra turn. Penglong wouldn't work in this team. Traxxas, I guess, would give us browns. He converts out blue to brown. Not sure how often we'd really have that alignment. And, of course, World Breaker. And that's about it. So I guess we'll go with the cheapest possible option. And just go with a Goblin Rocket for now. One other benefit of this is it gives us one more red. So we're going to keep our mana constantly. That shouldn't really be much of an issue. Well, let's give it a shot. Yeah, both the two new troops are amazingly good this week. Normally that doesn't always happen, but this week it definitely is the case. Alright, we'll move that over. Go get a bunch of Cascades. Oh, the Sky Purple ended up coming down exactly where he needed it. Luckily he doesn't actually use purple, but still. Not that good of a board. Guess we'll just take this red, start getting Alchemist up. Wow, that is so much red. And it actually does give him the extra turn there. But we'll go take the brown, let him do whatever here. Go get... Oh, hello, we're using a bunch of reds, aren't we? Well, luckily he took out the least useful thing on our team. So he takes out the Goblin Rocket. Needed to do that for the gold, even though we didn't need the mana. We need to get our gold up so he can do a 12, or 14, I mean, gem spawn there. Yeah, they really do need to increase that some, though. That or rebalance some of the other gold-related ones. He gains his full amount by 32, if I'm not mistaken, it was. And 32 gold is one single Alchemist cast. It does not take any time at all to get the requirement for him. I could understand making him a 14 gem spawn, because technically, if you really consider it, what's his name? Little Johnny has a 48 skull gem spawn, but he never gets to it because it's such a low ratio and such a hard resource to get that he never gets to that point. But with this guy, you have to make it at least like 100 gold before he reaches his cap. It needs to be at minimum a 10 boost ratio there, if not higher, maybe even like a 12 or something, if you're going to keep it that high of a gem spawn. It's just a little bit too quick for how, for when he gets there. So we're going to throw... I'm trying to align this board some. I'm just going to have to throw this, I guess. So we'll do that. Of course, it doesn't land an extra turn, but we'll throw this in there. And just keep poking it with this. Doesn't even matter if it really aligns. If we give him mana, that is slightly concerning. Let me just double check, see if we can go move something real quick. I guess we'll go get rid of the green here. Convert that out. Okay, maybe we will go Infernus last slot. Though it's kind of hard to tell how a Goblin Rocket would perform because he kind of died immediately. Poor little guy. Well, we can just do that, clear the board, get our free turn, and down he goes. Keep getting our additional damage, throw it down again, and repeat the cycle until we win. Oh, we could put Dawnbringer there too, I didn't think about that. Though that ends our turn as well. Trying to find something that doesn't end. Go put that down. Hello, SKDC Gaming, and hello, William. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, can you do a Diviner, Infernus, Ishbala Firebomb? Sure. Oh yeah, I haven't used the Firebomb with it yet. That I have not. So we'll go mess with that, see what it does. And that's match. Was to be expected. And we get a bunch of gold from that. Not only the base gold, but also the bonus gold from the 400 for using them. Let's go check our mail, grab all this stuff randomly in here, grab our PvP reward, grab our event. Oh yeah, all we have to do is kill purples this week, so that's this automatic free event right there. Perfect. Let me see. Which one was this suggested? Well, first things first, let me go and move this team to somewhere else. So, Rockbird, what is this one? Yeah, I can get rid of that. I don't really need that at the moment. That's just full Shentang. We can easily make that later. Also, full Shentang is going to be changing starting next week when the Shentang event comes out. Because I believe there's a new troop coming that will change the lineup that you would end up using for 4 times Shentang. Anyways, what was the thing I was gonna go do? I need to go do... Oh yeah, I need to go put the team I just did over here. So get an alchemist, get a moneylender, get the... what's his name? The Alguay, and get anything here. I guess we'll go with Infernus this time when we do it next time. And we'll put all that in there, get the correct banner, which is the new banner that just came out. And there we go. Okay, so I'll put that there. Let me rename it to plus 400 golds for when we do our gold farming. And, well, at least PvP related gold farming. For Explorer, we'd obviously just put it into the standard Explorer team. And now let me go and move this back to what it was. Teams. Oops, I have the exclamation mark there. Suggested teams. Gotta shout it out. Okay, we'll go move all that out. And what was the suggestion? We need a Diviner Infernus for the quick Infernus. Also, that was a huge fail earlier this morning. That is why you don't record at 4 AM, though I always do, because that's like the earliest time I can get it done most of the time. But I accidentally for whatever reason, thought Worldbreaker was Divine. I thought it was Dragon Divine, not Dragon Centaur. So that was a huge fail this morning, though it still worked. But yeah, Infernus would be the better option, because he actually does gain the half mana, so quickly doing him is more viable. But anyways, they still both work, though. With a Diviner, how much mana it generates, just getting that quickly is all you really need. Even if you just do Diviner Ishbala with a Worldbreaker, that's perfectly fine. Even though the Worldbreaker doesn't gain that half. And what was the other one? Diviner... Oh wait, oops. I forgot the Diviner in there. Diviner's all the way up front. Oops, I put the... Oh! Okay, I accidentally put... When you said Diviner, I accidentally put up Isabella. But yeah, Diviner... They both have Divine in them. So put that there, put that there. And the Firebomb all the way in the back, I believe it was. Yes, there we go. So that should work out. We just go for the really quick Firebomb. Banner that we need. We're missing blue. What minus blue banners are viable for this team? What minus blue banners are there? Let's see. We got the +2 green, +1 purple. That seems really good. I'm not even going to bother looking for anything else. That's a one-turn Diviner if we get a green surge. So we'll go for that. Oh, of course, no greens on the board. Or at least not where I need them to be, so we'll throw that down. Full mana still. That's all we really need. And if he doesn't kill us right here, we'll be fine. Okay, so he doesn't. Throw that down. Get almost everything we need. Double check for alignment. Oh yeah, it creates more red, so we have more skull chances. Interesting. Though that's a really bad frontline tank, though. But that's not really too big of a deal. So we'll throw this down. Get that. Get over our mana back. Double check everything. Keep throwing skulls. Throw an Infernus once we run out of options. Do we have alignment? Yes, we do. So keep doing this. We still have alignment. Keep casting it. And if we don't, throw Infernus. So we'll keep moving that over. Move that one over. And I believe we've reached the end of the line. So we throw Infernus. How did he get his HP up so quick? I guess because he got a random stat on it. Ooh, we ran out of free turns. So I'll just take this red, I guess. Go get an Infernus out of it. That should clear up the board enough that we can throw a Diviner. Or not. I guess we'll just take some mana here. So we'll take that. Move that one over. Might just have to do this on blue at this point. Just to get that down. And that'll be match. Well, we survived with 2 of them. And then it goes off the explosion. Oh no, we'll have to try it again. Oh, we got an arcane too, yay. What was that, red-brown or red-yellow? I think it was red-brown. I didn't actually get a good glimpse of it. Let's see, we'll check it on the replay in a second. Which one was it? It was red-brown. Nice, another lava trait stone. Okay, right off the bat, I'll take the skull just so he doesn't randomly get it for Sion. Because Sion, we do start with half mana, so skulls are a concern from the beginning. This would normally have immune to mana drain starting next patch, within the next week or so. But at this current moment in time, of course, it does not. Oh, by the way, Sion, I mentioned this several times already, but Sion is completely useless starting next patch. Not because they're nerfing it, but because immune to mana drain is being introduced to the game. And because of that, anyone can counter a Sion simply by putting something immune to mana drain in first slot, as you see here. So using a first slot Diviner would indeed give you full immunity to or at least Sion's poke of mana drain. It wouldn't do it for your entire team, obviously, only the troop that has it. So yeah, actually Diviner would be pretty good as a front line then, starting next patch. Anything with immune to mana drain will be, assuming the enemy has like a Sion or something on it, or a Corvash. Though, things like Sion are probably going to go down a little bit. Corvash will still be used, because a good majority, if not every single thing that's getting immune to mana drain does not have immune to stun, so you can simply stun it out and then drain it. Though that doesn't initially give you to drain, because with Corvash, he triggers his damage and effects before he triggers the stun. Though then again, we'll have to see how the interaction works, because we didn't actually see it ever yet with specifically the new mana drain that's coming in next patch. But yeah, we'll definitely make sure to test it pretty early, because I do want to know how that interacts with the Corvash. And here's the secondary Diviner team we ended up creating with the Infernus. This is basically my version of it, of the exact team that you mentioned, except I use a Dawnbringer on it for the protection. Pretty much same difference, except we have slightly higher skull damage. And the only reason of that is because Diviner can't be upgraded as much. Starting next week, Diviner can be probably mythic, so we can start using her more in frontline. But I'm pretty sure most people don't have her past legend, if even that yet. Also, why is there such a discrepancy in stats? Oh, because it's 20%. That's why it works so good there this week. That would explain it. 20% is a pretty competent bonus. So right here, we're going to just throw the Dawnbringer. Oh! He's using the Spirit Fox. Wow, I've never realized... Well, I've always knew kind of like how annoying Spirit Fox is. But as of recently, with how many good yellow troops have been coming into the game, Spirit Fox has just been absolutely insane with how much value it gets. Because it gets the first turn remove on a automatic color that the AI can't mess up. And it's the only thing in the game that actually does it that way. It's not that it's particularly too over the top or overpowered or anything, it's just the AI never messes it up, because it's impossible to mess it up since it always is the right thing. Which is an interesting side effect of using him on a defend team. Do we even have a kill here? We have a skull. It's not enough to kill. He's probably going to hit us with like 5 skulls here, but we'll give all that to him. 1, 2, oh, I need 2. Okay, that's pretty tame. We don't have a drop there, so we can't go for it. We have our enchant, so we get full mana regardless of what we do. So, with that being said, let's move whatever. Oh, he would get a skull. Luckily, it lived. But we'll just go convert this out. And that is match. Don't even need to do any follow-up. He just dies to the skull. Very nice. Hello. Also, hello, Marcelo. Welcome. The best 50 event key drop you've ever had in the entire game playing this? What is it? Let me see. Hopefully the link works. It does. Oh, wow. Nice. Of a 50 event keys, 1 Divine Isabella, 1 Voice of Orpheus, and 2 Emperor Corvashes. Yeah, as I mentioned, Voice of Orpheus is in the event key drop pool right now. The chance of getting it is relatively low. It's the same chance that you would of getting it within a gem key. But, yeah, it is technically in the drop pool. So if you maybe wanted to get your Corvash and or Ishbaala to Mythic, you might have a chance of getting it. Though I do highly suggest not opening up too many event keys, simply because next week is the Shentang Kingdom. And I know a lot of people didn't really throw a huge amount for Shentang, because there really wasn't much of a need to. The only reason I always do is because we kind of have to, if we want to show it. But, yeah, the amount of resources we threw the previous Friday definitely does not need to be thrown, because the event week normally follows the exact week after, or sometimes it'll have a 1-week delay like it did this time around. But it always comes very, very soon after the kingdom is released. So if you're just slightly patient, it'll come in very shortly after, every single time. So we'll go for the blue right there. Get that down. Nothing else we need to really move, so we're just going to go for the reds. And yes, we did indeed land it. Looked like we didn't for a second. Just get that down. It's kind of funny. I was expecting... This felt like when Firebomb came out, too. I was expecting Isabella to be the one I actually would prefer using. But this time around, I actually kind of prefer this guy. As weird as that may seem. It's mainly because he works so good with this other troop that I really wanted to use, the Yalgui. Yalgui is still by far my favorite thing from the Shentang Kingdom. And, yeah, and now he gets even better synergy, which is amazing. Thought he already had amazing synergy, but now he gets even more. So we'll go through... actually, let me throw in Infernus first. Maybe we'll get a board clear to extra turns for us. Oh, exactly what we needed. If he doesn't ruin it. And he doesn't. Perfect. So throw that down. Throw in Infernus. That's pretty much matched there. Did we throw another one? Yeah, I guess so. Because then the Infernus will get the kill. If we did it the other way around, I think the Infernus would not have been enough damage. Or the, what's his name would not have been enough damage. Yagwe. You don't have Infernus or Yagwe. Are there any other replacements for this team? Double Goblin Rocket. I know that kind of sounds like a joke, but I'm kind of not kidding. Also, thank you, Johan Foray, for the subscribe. Much appreciated. But no, I'm serious. Double Goblin Rocket. Let me go do it over suggested team slot real quick. It's going to be a little slow, but you will have more mana than you ever know what to do with. Alchemist. And since they automatically extra turn, you'd basically have an infinite turn once it gets going. Money. Launderer. Though, do keep in mind, it might take double Alchemist cast to get to full money earlier on in the game. Later in the game, it's easily one cast, but that's mainly because we have so much magic and because we have them at Mythic Rarity. What was the other things we need? Oh yeah, double Goblin Rocket. Ideally, you would replace out one of these Goblin Rockets for something that actually does damage, but if you have absolutely nothing, that's the cheapest thing you could put there that would viably work. And what do we need here? We have +3 red automatically, so that's a lot of red. Trying to think of what we actually need a minus here, though, as far as banners. Oh yeah, the new Shentang. Never mind. Wow, new Shentang banner's actually been pretty useful. So we'll go throw that down. And let's go and just do this. Might take us a minute or two, probably more towards 2. But once it gets looping, it is very easy auto-win. So move that down, get some gold, get that. Skull we're just going to ignore. Never mind, we actually get it for free by doing that. And now we just need to cast Alchemist and then we win. So let me double check the board. Yeah, I guess we throw Alchemist there. So we'll go through that. And now we have all the Goblin Rockets we need. We have all the gold we need. And basically just keep throwing it aimlessly. It doesn't really matter what we do. Unless we have a really bad board. But just keep throwing it. Double check if we have an Alchemist here. Because I actually do need to get an Alchemist cast. So try to set that up. Let's see. Go get this out the way. I think I just made it worse. No, I didn't. Okay, so we get the Alchemist cast. Oh, I should have threw the other Goblin Rocket there. Not too big a deal, though. But just throw that. Throw that. Use this again. And just keep repeating this until you win. Is essentially all we have to do. Double check that we have a Alchemist alignment. If we don't... Oh! Oops, not where I meant to do that. Yeah, I accidentally double-clicked it. Fail. Luckily, we got the mana we needed, so it doesn't matter. Keep as many reds on the board right now, so we can go use the money guy. Oh, we actually... No, we didn't miss. Good. Okay, so we'll go move that. Double check for Alchemist. Yes, we do have it. So before I do, let me just go waste these abilities. Throw that down. Throw it down again. Go throw an Alchemist over there. The infinite loop is back! We got it. It's back. This reminds me of... Has anyone ever played back when... what was the combo? Eternal Flame plus Finley. Does anyone remember that team from like 2.5 years ago? That is basically what this team is right now. Except the modern version of it. That's pretty funny. That team was so overpowered at the time that they had to change a troop's color just to make it tame. Also, I just made a mistake, so we'll just go do that. Luckily, there was a board that we could have done to fix it, but... wow, we actually brought ourselves into a little bit of a bad situation. We'll just do that there, though. Fix it up. Yeah, I made a little bit of a mistake there. But oh well, not too big a deal. Throw a double Goblin Rocket, take the skull, and that is match. And there we go. But yeah, oh, well, there's another mistake. Not enough damage. I keep forgetting how little Alchemist does. Has one of the lowest attacks in the game. There we go. Which is not necessarily bad, because that means he has higher HP and armor. But there we go. That's basically what you would do if you didn't have the bigger troops. Ideally, you'd use things that were like Legends and Mythics, at least one of them. If you have like a Yarrow or any red or yellow troop that has the potential of looping, you would want to do it. Doesn't necessarily matter if it's automatic extra turn. As long as they have the chance to is what you would want to use. Yeah, normally whenever you see any of those really big troops like Infernus, a World Breaker or anything like that, in almost every situation, a Goblin Rocket is the cheaper alternative of it. It's a lot slower, but it does work. Oh, we have a problem here. I don't have any gold. We only have 6 gold. That is a 7 red gem spawn. The chance of that hitting is pretty low, but we're going to do it because I have no other option here. And we did hit some mana, though not really helping us. So we'll go do that. Need to go get up before he gets his Sion down, which is going to get off a rag. We can actually lose this. We'll go move that. Oh, he's going to get a skull. Yep, we lost. Let's see, we'll do that. He's going to Sion us. That doesn't really leave us with many ways to get our mana up. I think he just drain spammed us to death. And what do we even need here? I guess I could take more off the board. Oh, before I do. Almost forgot about that. Oh, here we go. Okay, we got it now. Double check the board. What do we have? We still don't have our gold. I need to get an alchemist here, which we do have, so we'll throw that down. So we have that down. Keep moving everything aside. Double check if we have him. No, we do not, but we do have the money. Not really that many locations to try to get it on. Very small amount of red on the board. I think I'm still going to try it. 14 gem spawns pretty high. We do indeed miss. And he got the extra turn. Oh, that's really bad. I guess we go for a red surge here. Actually, before I do, let me move all this mana, just so we get all the way back up. Oh, and he got an extra turn. That's not good. Luckily, he doesn't have famine or anything. Okay, we need a win right now to have the slightest of chance. So we'll do that. Get that poke down. Come back. Okay, we'll move that. I don't have an extra turn over there yet. We're going to do this and hope for a purple or a red to fall. That is not where I needed it. Do we have any other extra turns over here that are going to drop it into place? Nope. No more options. So we'll go and throw down, I guess, an Infernus. It partially hit what we needed to. Oh! It just died the burn. We lost! Wait, it's not over yet. Wait. What kind of cascade can we get? We can get to full mana into a skull poke, but I need an extra turn somehow. Go, cascade somehow. No, a lot of cascades, but no extra turn and all that mess. Nope, it's over. Rip. Die to mass mana drain. Luckily, there will be counters to that in about a week or so. But for now, we have to still deal with it. I like how I switch over to the one that's supposed to be stronger and then it just instantly loses. It happens sometimes, though. Goblin rockets are always very safe. The main reason you never see me really using double goblin rocket as my main team or anything like that, it's just very slow. But its win rate is somewhere above like 95%, if the only thing you were concerned about is win rate. Unfortunately, there isn't really any way to use it within Guild Wars, because even with these two, you would have to be a brown day, and if you did it with every other instance, you would have to use like triple goblin rocket or something like that. There isn't any color synergy that allows it to be used with a pure color day. It works really well with triple days, but more often than not, this late in the game, you wouldn't actually want to do triple. You'd want to go for all four. Okay, well, do we have a lineman here? No, we do not, because I think I just converted out exactly what I needed. It tends to happen sometimes. Fail. We'll go move that. We'll throw this down just to give us what we need for some damage. Throw an Infernus here just for, again, damage. And we do have some alignment. Not really that big as a concern, though, as long as we don't give him something. Throw down the red. We have way more than enough. Get that right up. Throw the Infernus again. Hopefully that gives him alignment. Doesn't even matter. Never mind. He's dead. And it did. So even if he wasn't dead, that was a pretty hefty hit right there that we could have done. What other damage would work if you don't have it? Oh, wait. Which one did you end up mentioning? Oh, never mind. I already answered that. Let's see. Oh, so hello, Jeremy. I mean, Steven. And, Decrow, welcome. And hello, Aaron. The hero weapon, oh yeah, I haven't really been using that one much. The, Brawlzlock the pistol thing that came in from the Blackhawk Kingdom. Its boost ratio based on gold. The main reason you don't really see me using it with the Moneymaker is it's just a really weird color. It's brown-blue, which doesn't synergize with Moneymaker that well. But I know what you're talking about. It's that one weapon that's, it's this one. Where is it? Edit team, weapon. It's the, pistol thing, right there. Deals damage to an enemy, destroy 5 random gems boosted by gold collected, and add a max gold of, let's say, 150 due to having 2 merchants. That would come out to... how many is that? Actually, I don't even know what that is off the top of my head. What is 150 divided by 4 plus 5? Divided by 4 plus 5. It is a 42 gem spawn. Technically 42.5, but it rounds down. But yeah, it's a 42 gem spawn if we were to get the full thing. The only problem with that is... yeah, it's not really that good. All you get for that is a really trivial amount of damage. I guess if you had no other option, you could. I wouldn't really bother with it, though. I messed with it in the past. It just isn't really worth going for. But if you were, I guess you'd replace out in like a team like this. Like, just put it under one of the things you don't have. You could do like Goblin Rocket Pistol or something like that, and then just run it that way. Will be a little bit hard to get it mana in a team like this though, because it needs brown or blue. Brown it's not getting for sure, and blue is very questionable, because you'd have to get it from explosions if you have one, or just randomly cascaded, or manually taking it. But yes, once you had the max gold, it would do a lot. Let's actually just go mess with it real quick, because we have the denial of purple. So even though we don't have purple on this team, we technically still cover purple due to Yagwe. Yeah, we'll go mess with it real quick. I haven't used this weapon since Blackhawk came out ages ago. So, like, almost a year at this point. Let's see. We'll go to move the brown over. Oh, I just gave him blues. All I need is one mana here, though. Doesn't really matter how. If he could get Skull distracted, that would actually be good. He doesn't, but we have our cast, so that's fine. Go throw this down on purples. Get that down. Move that over. Take that Skull. Well, we have plenty of gold now. Let's hope this hits, and we do. Do we have alignment here? No, we do not, but we do have the Alchemist. I need to not do this on purple if we can, though I will if I have to, if that's our only option. And it does look like that is the case. So we'll do that. That leaves us with no option for him, but it also makes it so we can't miss with it, at least. So we can go for it now if we wanted to. We basically get it, not for free, but there's no chance of giving the enemy anything bad out of doing it. So we'll do that, get our mana back up. We're at max gold. Now the big issue is, like I mentioned, how do we get him mana? Because there really isn't any way for us to go manually take blue. And like instances like this, we actually need to go deny out our blue. So that kind of slightly defeats the purpose there. Go move that. Hopefully we can get the mana up. I do want to get a cast off. It's not working out that well though. Let's see, we'll get the cast in there. Come on, get a mana. We'll go move that over. Go throw... Well, I guess if you take a brown right now, we'll go directly into him. But then we're going out of our way just to get a mana. Okay, he's gonna get that down. I guess we'll go and try killing it out now then. So we'll go get our reds. Come on, Cascade is what we actually need. Go move that one over. And is that alignment? No, it's not. But if we do this, it might be... Oh, it missed. That's not good. Luckily, we have a follow-up right there. There we go. There's the blue mana. And this is what a pistol looks like with this many destroys. Like I mentioned, it should be 42 gem destroys. And there it goes. And then we randomly hit his skull. That was pretty lucky. 42, yet somehow it hit the exact 42 required for us to get a skull. That was pretty amazing. It ended up hitting like all three of the ones, but then not the skull. It's out of the left column. It destroyed every single gem except the ones we needed to get a skull pair out of it. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, that's what the pistol is. Actually worked out very nicely at the end there. But, yeah, it could work. It's mainly something you use with an alchemist. If they ever bring a troop that has 100% gold gain, like they've mentioned, I believe there's one that will be coming in the next few months or so that has 100% gold gain. When they do that, the Bronze Lock pistol may make a comeback. It has never actually been viable, but if they added a troop that can simply bring this up to, let's see, what would that be? 200 plus, 200 divided by 4 is 50. That would be a 55 gem destroy. There's 64 gems on the board, so that would almost be a complete board clear. With the Bronze Lock pistol if they were to add a single troop that has 100% gold gain. And if you were to use a alchemist with it, I believe that would be the max that you would need, because you would end up getting what 5 more gem spawn. So yes, that would be a 65 gem destroy, and you only need 64 to clear the entire board. So in that case, if they were to add a 100% troop, or a troop that has a 100% gold gain, the team would be something along the lines of like that troop, alchemist, Bronze Lock pistol, and one other troop that's used as a damage source would be your entire team. Because obviously you need a damage source on top of pistol. Pistol does barely any damage. Even if we're using the correct hero class, it's only 28 damage. That is very, very small, particularly for this late in the game. That's almost like no damage at all at that point. It's less than taking a skull almost. So yeah. Oh, is Syrup and Ozball streaming right now? Are they streaming the next patch? What are they streaming of it? Actually, let me go check real quick. I'm kind of curious if they are streaming anything of the next patch, because I'll need to go see it after the fact. Let me see. Also, where is Salty been? She hasn't been answering my messages lately. Yet she just made a message 36 minutes ago. Let's see. Where's the stream thingy? Also, I could just type it in, but oh well. Click to Twitch. Move that. And pause it immediately. so it doesn't do sound. Mute it immediately. And okay, I'll leave it idle there for a second. It's still going through an ad and such. Oh yeah, let me go move this team back into what it should be. You know what, I'm gonna do the Goblin Rocket with it. Go for the alignments. Get the extra mana as well. Did we even get a proper testing of this with Goblin Rocket? I don't believe we did. And also after this, I'll go give out the redeem code and then go do some more Divine Ishbala. Because I haven't really been doing much of her this patch. I mean, this stream yet. She's one of the main things that came in. I've just been messing with him a little bit more. I don't know. I personally actually prefer him more. I know that in the future, she's probably going to be more useful than him, and probably even is at the moment. I just haven't really tested a really large expansion of teams yet. But I don't know. I really like him. He's a lot better than a Hellcat in that, assuming that you can get the gold, you don't really need to worry about him having alignment, because even if you don't have alignment, you can simply cast him, and the chance that you would hit with a 14 gem spawn is very, very, very high. 14 gem spawn isn't really going to be missing that often, if really at all. Very, very occasionally, of course, obviously it will, but more often than not, if there's 10 or more reds, you're pretty much good to go for casting that. Okay, right here, no alignments that we need. I do have Goblin Rocket now, though, so we can use really weird tricks to try to get alignments. Though, with that being said, I don't think we even have an explosion we can do to do such a thing. Would be cool if we did, but we'll go through this down, move that down. And, well, that does indeed put it into alignment, so I guess it technically did work. So do that. Double check again. Not a purple on the board, so can't even try for it. Another Goblin Rocket. There we go. Exactly what we need. Perfect. And we get the kill, cleanup. We could try for it right over here. Pretty unlikely, but we'll go for it. Nope, we didn't get it at all. But with that being said, let's just throw that down and that's dead. And there we go. Too bad Goblin Rocket doesn't have half damage split on his ability. It only does 1 damage to adjacents, which very occasionally even comes into play. Very rarely would you ever bother with that. Okay, we'll just clear this revenge team out real quick, and then go from there. Okay. Let's see. We'll go take the red, move that over. What else do we have to move around? Go take a brown. We have a cascade there. Don't think we really need it much. Yeah, we could take it into a green. That would give him a little bit of mana. We can actually go for all of it. So we'll take that, staircase it down. He'll take whatever. Doesn't really matter too much. Oh, you don't have full mana. Oh! Yes, it does. We just got frozen on red. I mean, on yellow. Well, I guess that's not as important. Frozen on red would be very devastating. But we are not, so I guess it's okay. I need to get an alchemist, though. Oh, I can't. We're frozen on yellow. Whoops. Backup plan. There is none. I have to throw alchemist and lose our turn. Because I need the gold. Now we can do whatever. Okay, so we'll throw, we can throw that down, so I am going to do just that. We'll move that first. Oops, I didn't even double check to see if we were frozen on it. Luckily we're not. We'll move that down. That gives us alignment. Oh, whoops. But I'm doing it as if we have his ability. Now we have his ability. So we throw that down. Clear out as much of this board as we possibly can. Try to get ourselves a more purple on it. So we have it over here. Not much I can do with it at the moment, though, so we're just going to move it down, I guess. We'll just do some explosion there. Nothing we could do with that. Alchemist would be useful if we weren't frozen on yellow. And now we're probably frozen on everything. Yep, we're frozen on everything. Well, except Goblin Rocket. He can still extra turn if he wants to. Well, with that being said, we'll just go throw that down to get us more reds on the board. He'll do whatever. We'll get more reds. That we can't really go for, so we'll just go put a bunch on. Get all that. Alchemist is unfrozen, though that doesn't mean we can actually cast him, because we're still frozen on yellow. I guess I'll still go for it. I need the mana, so we'll do that. Didn't get an extra turn off of any cascade, but he did not freeze us. And we're no longer frozen on red, so we could just go for that. Poke him, dead. We also could have taken a skull there if I moved it like 2 over. Let's see, are they showing the new patch? I don't believe they are at the moment. Aww. Also, did any of you mention to see if they actually are for sure releasing the patch this week? Because I haven't heard any official word from them on that. But I know all the Spore of the Thread said that next week would be the new thing. And they also said most likely by the end of this month they would try to get it out. And of course, the end of this month would mean sometime either this week or next week. Because that's all there is. Because next Wednesday is the last week of this month. I mean, the last day of this month. But anyways, do you guys have any other questions or anything? Let me know and we'll definitely make sure to go over it. Test the team, please, here. Could you try Alchemist, Moneylender, Garuda, and Queen Titania? Oh, I haven't used Queen Titania with it. Yes, thank you for reminding me. How have I not done Queen Titania yet? Queen Titania. Yep, Queen Titania, very high damage output. And, what was the other one? Garuda. Oops, Garuda. Wait, why do we need Garuda for? I'd rather just use a Goblin Rocket. I guess he's for the Firestorm, and for one really big poke. Yeah, I'd much rather just use an Alchemist, but we'll go throw this for now. I assume it's for the Firestorm mainly. So yeah, we'll do that. What was I about to go do? Yes, redeem code. Let me go give out a redeem code. I still haven't done one yet. Starting to run a little bit low on them, but all you have to do is request for more, and that'll be fine. Now I just need to figure out where on Earth it is, and we can go get to that. Let's see. Mail, mail, mail. Messages, messages. Somewhere's buried in all this mess. There we are. Okay. Let's go use one of these. And put a note next to it so we know we used it. Copy it so we can get it into chat. Find where the redeem code section is. Copy that there. Use it so we know it works. Put that there. Boom, boom, boom. And redeem. Does it work? The answer is yes. Okay, here you guys go. Here is the redeem code for today. Right there. If you're on PC and mobile, you can use that on gemsofwar.com to get some free resources. Your invite code is found underneath your settings, whatever your game says there. The invite code is posted in chat, right up there. And hey, I can almost reach it. My finger stops though because the bounds of screen, the bounds of the little webcam thing. Let's see if I shift it up. Let's see. Oh no, never mind. That wouldn't work. I don't know why I thought that would work. I would have to specifically move. There it is, right there. That works. Okay, anyways, enough messing around. Let me go claim it. Somewhere's in all these mess. So it gets the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold, and might as well just claim all on the rest of these little PvP things. No need to go through each one. I normally do for like guild tasks and such, just so I know, see what we're getting. And of course, this event week is so ridiculously easy. Barely played at all, and we're almost a fifth done with it. But anyways, what was the other thing I need to go do? Oh yeah, use that 1 gem key. Let's see what we get. Oh, we have a lot of gem keys right now. Wait, what? Oh, because of the tasks, that's why. Let's use the 1 gem key from the thing. And we got a dragon turtle. That would be good, but I believe we already maxed it out. Yeah, we just recently got that thing mythicked because of the all the key openings from earlier. So I actually did not need any more copies of him. If I'm not mistaken, we don't have anything that's upgradable at the moment. Nope, nothing upgradable. Everything we have that can be maxed is maxed, though we haven't fully maxed everything. We're getting pretty close. Next patch will be pretty easy to start doing that, though. Okay, this banner, I believe we could just keep as is. It doesn't use any green, so we could just keep it exactly the same. So we'll go move that. Take our blue, move that over. Take the red. Get that. Throw Alchemist. Never mind, we don't have alignment. Oh, yes, we do. What am I saying? Throw it on green. If we were using the Divine Ishbala, she could have done that for us. Yeah, I need to go switch to Ishbala after this. There's so much potential for her that I haven't been using yet. So we'll go move that over. We got our Alchemist, so we're just good to go at this point. Because we have this for the Firestorm, I should probably go throw it down. The only slight issue here, though, is... oh, first things first, let's throw that down. And I need to get rid of that. The only problem with that, though, is a skull is not enough damage. Nor is this enough damage. Or is it? Wait. Oh, it's boosted by reds. Yes, that actually is enough damage. So we'll throw that down. Him hitting us with a skull now would not matter. Though we don't have an Alchemist here, so I guess we'll just throw a yellow. Simply get him up so we can get to full mana. That gets us to full mana. Throw Queen Titania. Throw the Garuda. Oh, okay, I see. I guess that works out. Because you already have so much red that it wouldn't really matter, and it would help to maintain your Queen Titania just in case it wasn't enough. Let's see how it does against Drain Spam. That will be the true test. If it can beat this team, it could beat anything. Yeah, we'll move that over right off the bat. Entangled, not too big a deal. Biggest concern here is getting Alchemist alignment after we actually get him to full mana, which we don't appear to currently have. And we still don't appear to have it, other than on red, but obviously we did not want to do it on red. Purple doesn't give us an extra turn, does give us a lot of mana, though we're denying out... Actually, never mind, we don't use purple with this team as much, so we'll move that over. Got an extra turn, surprisingly. Still have that red extra turn, though again, not really worth going for. I could get full mana if I do this on purple. It would also give us almost max gold. And never mind, it does give us max gold, and it randomly gives us a cascade off the top too, so we're pretty much good to go. He'll take that skull and get baited for it. Then we just throw it down and we're good to go. He'll put some more reds on the board. Oh, he doesn't even go for it. Okay. Well, I guess that's okay. Not really that big of a concern. Do I take it now is the question. Probably not. We'll just throw this down. We do miss, but there was only 8 on the board. So let's see if we can get an Alchemist here on not red. So we can get it on blue. And now we throw this again. And we do indeed land it. Now that there's more, throw that. Got to make sure we clear out the board before we end our turn. So move that, move that. Another Queen Titania. Oh, it's 1 short. It's 1 red short. Can we fix that with an Alchemist? Do we have an Alchemist extra turn anywheres? That's not red. No, so we'll just move that over. Too bad you can't do it on skulls. There are some troops that can. All the converters cannot, though. And, oh wait. Oh, wasn't even looking at their HP. I could have just killed them with anything. I didn't even need to do all that mess. Could just threw either of them. Yeah, that actually isn't too bad. Has a really high damage output. Has the thing that we need. The, oh, what's it called? The Firestorm that we need to keep the reds. Has the really easy Queen Titania. Queen Titania, almost every cast will be getting the extra turn right there. Yeah, they need to bring him back some. They need to make it like more like an Elamagrim or something. Maybe like a 12 or a 13. That or just rescale how his money works. Because if we should need to be at almost max to be able to get that much gem spawn. Being able to get at only 36 gold is a little bit too broken. Like, it's not necessarily the gem spawn that is broken, it's mainly just the how quickly he reaches that gem spawn. Like, right now, we should still not be able to, we shouldn't be able to do the max gem spawn right now, at what we're at. Or maybe we could, but, they have it all the way as low as 36 right now. Or 32, not even that high. So, it's just a little bit too easy to reach at the moment. Which is slightly concerning, but I guess not too big a deal. They'll likely make changes to it in the future if it's way too over the top. But at the moment, it does appear to be so. What else do we need to move? We'll move that over. What other converts do we have messing around? Not really much. Wonder if we could use them on yellow or brown Guild War Day. I know there's quite a few yellow reds that are very huge in the game that he might be viable with. The biggest concern I would always have with him, though, and probably the reason we'd have to throw him on brown day, though, what would we do for the actual damage source? Like, we can't go Guard's Avatar. That would be way too risky. Because we'd need a red brown or a yellow brown that does a ridiculous amount of damage. And not through skulls or anything from its actual ability. Elamagrim wouldn't work. Guard's Avatar is too risky. Ketris! Oh, hello, Ketris. That would actually work out nicely. And now we would need one other brown troop. What would we be missing at this point? Blue and purple. Is there a brown, blue, purple, and is it viable? Yes, there. Fershra! Not really. We don't have any other soul gainer. They only do money, not souls. So even though he covers every color we need, he wouldn't work, unfortunately. He does yellow to purple convert too, which would be denying out one of the colors we need. So unfortunately, the only blue, purple, brown that we would need to cover everything does not work. So what's brown, purple, and brown, blue options? Brown, purple, there's quite a few summoners. There's actually things that create reds too. Corrupt Sorceress creates 9 red. That wouldn't be too bad given the synergy. Oh, Drake Rider converts out yellow to red. For a nice board clear, that actually wouldn't be horrible. Though it might make it a little bit hard to get Moneylender mana, but he has a 100% chance to revive himself. But Corrupt Sorceress summons, so maybe that might be a bit better. What else do we have? Magnus for a for status effects and impervious last slot. Oh, we actually have a lot of brown purples these days for utility. Of course, Ferrous Raw would cover every color, but that doesn't really help much in this particular team. And I don't think many other things work. So either Corrupt Sorceress or Magnus, I guess. Let's do it with Magnus, because we're going to be getting so many extra turns that, yeah, that's all we really need. I don't think I'm going to go with a minus blue banner. I actually prefer the extra yellow and red. Even though we're doing -1 to Ketris, that's not really too big of a concern, because we can easily max them out with all the reds we'll be accumulating. Alchemist only needs 10, and whatever excess we get beyond 10 is just going to go straight into the thing. So we'll be fine. Greetings, Equintrol. Welcome, welcome. And if any of you guys have any other questions, team builds you want me to mess around with, let me know. We'll make sure to do so. We'll go take that. And next patch soon, TM. Also, is anyone watching the dev stream or keeping an eye on it to see if they've mentioned anything? Let's see. Someone asked how do you get orbs in 3.3. I'll definitely need to make sure I watch their stream. later, because they might be saying juicy next patch spoiler stuff. So we'll go move that down. Oh wait, we haven't cast an Alchemist yet. Oh, you know what? That might be a concern with if we're up against a Sion in Guild Wars. Because, oh, oops, as I give him grains to give him famine. Good job. But, yeah, it is really dependent that we get a Alchemist cast. He's pretty useless without an Alchemist cast. Oh, oops, I still gave him a skull, though for whatever reason he didn't actually go for it, so yay. Guess we'll take the skull down. He might get mana before we can do anything, though. He's getting a lot of mana. Yep, there he goes. And he took out our Moneylender! No! If this happened in Guild Wars, we'd be absolutely out of luck. Oh, of course we'd get a silence now. Nope. Okay, let's go in again. That would have been a huge fail if that was the actual Guild Wars. So I think that was just random bad luck there, in that case. That and the fact that I gave him a 5 times green. Though that didn't actually play into why we lost that battle. I don't think it did. Well, let's see. We'll go throw the Alchemist down. Now that's what we need. We got a Hunter's Mark on him. Oh, we have a disease on this guy. That might be a little bit annoying, but oh well. Throw the reds down. Get all that. It does miss, unfortunately, and he gets a little bit of value. We do not have a lineman either. We don't have it on brown, don't have it on green, don't have it on blue. I guess we'll just go take out a skull red here, just to give it more stats. He better not die to that death mark. I have no way of countering that out. Okay, we'll throw down these reds. That should max it out and give it a bunch of damage. There's so many troops these days that boost off of reds too, which is kind of insane. Alchemist, do I use you? I guess we could keep stacking up his damage here. So if we wanted to, this would waste Guild War points though if we were doing this, I think, overall. But we could technically just keep looping back and forth. And with this looping back and forth, we just keep getting Ketris damage up until we essentially have a one-shot. And that would be the game plan then, so we'll do that again. And you kind of just keep shuffling and shuffling. And then before you know it, you just get Ketris one-shot. How much damage is it? I'm not even going to bother calculating. If it was Guild Wars, I probably would, but that should be enough. And yes, it is. Alchemist. Where do we get you? I guess we'll do you on blue. Get that nice cascade. Or not really, nice cascade, just a simple extra turn, actually. Oh. Actually, because he's diseased, that doesn't bring him anywhere near the mana we actually need him to be. I think it might just be easier rushing Alchemist at this point. So we'll go do just that. We take a red, we'll take another red. That also gives him a Skull Distract, which we'll simply take. We'll throw that on the purple. Oh, that happens. After like 5 turns. Well, now we're out of luck. Oh, this team might not work for Brown Day. Oh yeah, it definitely wouldn't. If we lose Ketris, we have nothing else to do with all of our mana accumulation. We just have to keep looping back and forth to try to kill him with skulls, basically. Or somehow get Magnus mana, which would take forever to actually kill something with. So we're gonna move that over. Throw the money bags down. That is what it's called, right? Yeah, I literally called that. Money bags. Alchemist, throw that down. Get the red. He'd have every stats affected in the entire game if it wasn't for the fact he has Impervious at this point. Can we get damage already? Should be able to after this one, I think. Nope, still none that we can take for free. Oh, that is not what I meant to do. I thought that was the money bags for whatever reason. But, there we go. Now we can get them all for free. Move that one. Take another skull. Oh, I shouldn't have done it that way. Because now he's going to reflect us with another skull. I'll do that. And for whatever reason, he doesn't take it. Good job, AI. Very smart. And down it goes. And there we go. Okay, let's switch over to Divine Ishbala some. Haven't been using her too much. Okay, Divine Ishbala stuff. I think I don't need to replace out any of these, except for the weird Word Breaker one. When I thought, for whatever reason, Word Breaker was Divine. Though it still works. It still does work. But he is not Divine, no. That is not a thing. Let's see. Yeah, I need to revamp this team, I think. To make it, for the fact that he's not Divine. That was a fail earlier when I actually did think he was. But we'll go do that. Mercy to get our manas. And we should be good to go here. Ward Breaker into the last of our mana we need, hopefully. Not really, but we do have another Ward Breaker, so just keep spamming. Very nice. Keep him tanking. What's also nice is we get to do the skull synergy too, so it gets to take really heavy skulls off of all the extra turns it keeps getting attack stats, keeps getting explosions. I actually do like this team even though it isn't Divine. Yeah, it's actually still not too bad. Because it uses every aspect of World Breaker very well. It uses his random stat, it uses 25% reflect, and it uses his base ability. All three of those get fully utilized in this team. Normally he's only used for 1 or 2 of those aspects. If only he was a divine. Let's see, what other divines do we have to work with, actually? Let me go over every single divine in the game and see what we can make out of a team real quick. Maybe not necessarily pure divine, but probably pure divine. Let's see. Let's go under every divine in the game and just simply type in over here divine. That is dragon, not the right one. Okay, so to choose from, let's just pick the most overpowered one of every single one. So obviously, almost every combination of divine and Ishbala will be using diviner. So we'll put both of those into a team. Let's see, Uriali's good. Forest Guardian good, but not in this kind of setup. Guard's Avatar good, but again, not in this kind of setup. Infernus would work. Ketcherus good, not this setup. Farish Ra. I still have not made a soul farming team out of it. I have not tested that yet. I'll need to do that for a couple hours later under actual soul farming. Queen Aurora would be nice, though I don't think it will be needed. Valkyrie for early game if you don't have any really high big troops works pretty nicely. Voice of Orpheus we don't need. Yasmin would be kind of cool with Diviner and everything, but I don't think we'd have a good 4th slot for it. What are we missing right now? We're missing blue, and we're missing blue. That's it. So technically we could put in Uriali. That doesn't, damage-wise, doesn't really synergize. Skady is a summon. It will give some freeze, but a Perpetual Blue Storm isn't really helping us. Ferris Rod, there's no other soul gainers, so that wouldn't work. Uriali, as I mentioned. High Paladin is armor dependent. Unfortunately, nothing on this team is actually giving us armor. So that wouldn't work. We're gaining magic, but... Well, I guess he does have a 1-to-1 boost ratio. He hits 2 things. He hits the healthiest, though. Which, you know what? That actually does work with AoEs. You know what? I haven't used High Paladin in such a... Oh, wait, duh. Why don't we just use War and Peace? I mean, not War and Peace. Dawnbringer. I forgot. You can set your hero class. Actually, we already have it set as such. So we can just run with that. There we go. Maybe a different order, though. I can't put Diviner in first slot, though. That would block way too much. Maybe Infernus. Go for a super quick Infernus. But then it's blocking Divine Ishbala. I guess that's not too big a deal. You just go straight into Infernus, get your mana. All excess goes into Divine Ishbala and go from there. And you still cover every color once Infernus dies. And you get to keep his Red Storm for a couple turns. So I guess that would work out. As far as our banner, I need to go into Diviner. So we need to go like double green or something. We're not missing any colors, so double green might just be the way to go. Oh wait, what was that other banner? Wasn't it +2? No, that's if this was +2 green, +1 yellow, it would work. But I just need a quick way to get Diviner up. So where's Forest of Thorns? There it is. We'll just go for a double green or double brown. Doesn't really matter too much which. In this case, I guess double green because Forest Troll, just to counter him out. Good evening, for Rick. Welcome. What about Mercy, Diviner, Infernus, and Ishbala? Oops. I actually basically used that team. Except I'm not using Mercy. I'm using what's it called? Why can I not remember its name? The Dawnbringer. The Dawnbringer version. Yeah, pretty much the same concept of team. Amazing. The one color that can only be accumulated, or the one weapon that can, or the one troop that can only be accumulated via blue. And we managed to get 20 of its mana before we get anything else to full mana. I always find that really weird. When something blocked on almost everything is the first thing that actually gets full mana on a team. Even if you're not trying to do it that way. It's kind of strange, but it happens sometimes. Okay, we'll just stick a purple here. It does indeed surge, exactly what we need. And do we have any alignment on the yellow convert? I believe we still don't. So we'll go through the Infernus, get that down. Getting a lot of mana there, and now our excess goes into the other thing. Also, if we were to use the yellow convert right here, that would go into her. Where do we need it? Anywhere's not really. We're getting really unlucky yellow locations on this board. There we go, finally. So we can get that on blue to finally get her to full mana. With this, we can just cast it immediately to go get our mana back. Similar to a, what's it called? Similar to a Forest Guardian, she is, of course, able to get her mana accumulation back. Not really something I emphasized much earlier, but that is very, very strong. Particularly the fact that it has damage related to it, too. With Forest... Well, actually, never mind. Forest Guardian had damage related to it, so I guess, never mind. That's not too big of a difference. But, yeah, previously Forest Guardian was the only one that could do it. Now there's also the Divine Ishbala, feeding mana right back into itself with its Skull Spam thing. Because it does both the Skull Spam and then the other one into its own color. And of course Forest Guardian does the same thing. She does it into yellow. Forest Guardian does it into its own color of green. So if we go under Forest Guardian, you can see it does it to green. But all the other ones, like for example, it does brown to green. But with Sakima, for instance, it does it into not her own mana. It does it into yellow instead, brown to yellow. And of course all of them do it to skulls. And Inferno King does it to red, not to either of his own colors. Out of all of them, I do have to say that the rankings of every single one of those things, if I was to place it, would probably be... Let's see, let me find a random slot. I do not have many teams these days that are just random placement for anything. Safe 3 all color. I still have that set up, wow. But yeah, the ranking would probably have to be Divine Ishbala as the... where'd it go? There it is. Divine Ishbala is the best one. Sakima as the next best. Inferno King is the next one after that. And then the Forest Guardian. There are certain circumstances where it wouldn't be that order. Not just as natural team, but as far as like their actual rankiness, if you'd even call it that. But yeah, I would consider Divine Ishbala the best, Sakima the second best, Inferno King the third, and then Forest Guardian as the least. The biggest issue with Forest Guardian isn't that it's necessarily bad. It's just that feeding its mana into itself isn't really going to help you much. All it does is barrier all beasts, not even all allies. Whereas spamming this is a little bit better because not only does it have a cleanse, but it also has enchant, so you can end up enchanting your entire team after a few casts. Sakima is pretty decent because it ends up getting the single shot kill, so you can do it all into first slot. It does not generate its own color, but it does boost based on reds. And with all the things that keep getting added that are so oriented towards reds, it's pretty useful. Inferno King is good against barrier spam because it removes all barriers with its split damage. It will also, starting next patch, be the only troop in the game that can perpetually keep reviving itself. Dragon Soul will be removing its 25% chance to resurrect after death, leaving Inferno King, like it once was, as the only troop capable of doing so. So that's going to be a slightly unique thing with him starting next patch. Even though no change is actually happening to him, changes are happening to other troops that will make him unique. And Forest Guardian, you really only use it with 4 times Beasts for the 50% bonus. There really isn't any other circumstance, which is one of the reasons why it's the weakest. In the context of all Beast team, it's okay and all that, but yeah, that's basically the lineup. Was there a 5th one that I didn't remember? I know they keep adding them, and I'm starting to lose track of how many there even is. But I believe that's all 4 of them. I don't recall there being another. Okay, let me go do that Mercy variant of this team that someone just mentioned. I forget what order they just said, but I'll go double check in chat. I believe it was that order or something very similar to that. Let's see. Valkyrie, Divine Ishbala, or Yali Skady. We'll go mess with that too. Sounds good. Haven't tried it with Skady yet. I have tried it with Yali though. Where did the team go that was mentioned before then? What about Mercy, Diviner, Infernus, and what was the other one? I assume the Divine Ishbala. Yes, it is. Okay, so that's the team. Banner, we'd want to go with double yellow now because we are focused more on the Mercy. Go for the quick Infernus and go from there. This could be a little bad against a mass drain team, but as long as we get a good starting board. That is not a good starting board. Okay, move that. And, okay, this could be a bit bad. We'll take a brown here. Entangle is not to be concerned with. There we go. Was that sitting there? No, I think he gave it to us, so we'll do that. Double check everything on the board. Move everything we can. Please have alignments. Yes, we do. Perfect. So throw that down. Move that. Keep getting skulls. Throw an Infernus here. Get the convert. Do we even need to convert? Well, I guess we could because we get magic. Or we have a chance of getting magic, I should say. So we're going to move that. Mercy, we actually have alignment on. I guess we'll throw that because why not? We're going to get most of the mana back anyways from Infernus. Do we have alignment here? Yes, we do. Perfect. Throw that down again. Mass Enchant. Go for some more skulls. Let's take it that way first because we get a free skull out of it. If we took it the other way, we wouldn't have gotten as much value. Take that one. Wow, the loop on this is going quite insane. Though I think that's just coincidental, this patch. I mean, this match. Double skull, not worth it. Might as well just go for the Infernus and hope we get lucky. And we did. Nice. Go for the Mercy. And it's already dead. I didn't even get to do anything else, and we get the map and everything. That worked out insanely well. Though I think half of that was luck that time around. But it is definitely really solid, that is for sure. Mercy Diviner with the front 2 double line tanks. With the Infernus to get into quick mana. And then the Isabella to just follow up. And of course both of them start with half mana, which is quite convenient. Okay, there we go. Almost all the way. 1 mana short, of course. Because why would it give me full mana? We'll go throw that down. Oh, oops, I could have taken Mercy right there. Probably had a cast too. That was a mistake, but we'll throw Mercy here. Start getting a mana back up. Should have a Divine Ishbala here, hopefully. Nope. What we can do though is this, and then we can do Divine Ishbala. Or should be able to, yeah. So we'll throw that down. So we got a lot of stuff out of that. Do we have a recast on this? We don't. I don't think. Wait, let me move that first. Does that give us a recast on it? Still no. Yeah, none of that actually lands an extra turn, so we're just going to move the Infernus over. Get that casted. Nice extra turn. Do we have this? Still no. We don't have it on either color, so we'll just move that down. Still none. As to be expected at this point. And still none. No, we actually have it. Never mind. Yes, we do. Because it's going to drop into place. With those are going to convert to yellows and give us an extra turn, so that is an extra turn right there. So we'll grab that. Go for this, hopefully get magic, and we did exactly what we needed. Alignment right there, perfect. Infernus for the kill, dead, and actually here I have a skull instead. And there we go. Yep, that is very, very solid, that is for sure. Yeah, between Fairy Fire and some of the troops they've been adding, they've been adding some really, really strong things lately. Hopefully they do get around to balancing soon, though. Most major patches, they do some tweaks and such. There are definitely some tweaks coming next patch, like with Dragon Soul and a few others. Though, I feel like at this point, they're going to be trying to touch up on things that have kind of come in past already. Because at this point, Dragon Soul is very weak relative to some of the things they've been adding lately. He's still really good in early game, which I think is the main thing they wanted to address. Because at this current moment in time, he is still one of the better things, other than maybe a Tesla, but they can't really rescale Tesla much. If they really start scaling her in a different way, she's not going to be usable at all. Which is my main concern of what they might do with Dragon Soul. I don't think they're going to touch it that hard. They're normally pretty good about not hitting any troop too hard. But you never know. Okay, we do have alignment there, so let me go throw that. We have so many reds. I'll go move this one over. Probably Inferno King here, just to clear out the board. Before we do that, let me get my mana, just to make sure we get full. Not like we'll really need it, but just in case, you never know what might happen. Maybe that Mercy will get 100 skulls in a row. Well, we don't have Divine Isabella or anything, so we'll just throw Diviner down. And is that alignment? No, it is not. Though it doesn't really matter, because we can just kill it with anything. So throw that down and dead. Let me go do that one team that was mentioned by Questor. Valkyrie, Divine Isabella, or Yali Skady. I have not tested with Valkyrie, despite me saying several times that it is okay with Valkyrie. That is definitely not a budget team, but we'll still go mess with it. Ooh, Queen Mab. And a Siren. And we're using a bunch of blues. That could lead to a bad combination of things occurring. Let me actually go save this one. I didn't want to have this one for later. Divine Hero... Wait, which one is this? I guess we can get rid of this. This was the budget. Well, I guess I'll keep this around for a little bit, in case anyone asks for a cheap team to use with her. Just in case I can't think of one off the top of my head. Let me get rid of Orpheus Loop. I barely use this anymore. Actually, it's not even really that viable. Especially given the new guide that just came out today. Alchemist with the money bags, or with the money launderer, is almost better than Alchemist with Hellcat. Which seems weird to say. But it's mainly because money launderer doesn't need alignment to cast. Whereas both Alchemist and Hellcat does. So having a money launderer makes it so you only need Alchemist to have alignment. Whereas the other one can basically do it whenever, as long as there's at least like 8 or more red. Ideally 10 or more red, but still really nice once it gets that gold. Anyways, I need to go move that team over here. Let's see if I can remember. It should be able to. It's just Mercy. Just using a bunch of frontline tanks that can use yellow generation. Then it uses Infernus because it starts with half mana, plus it gets a lot of damage. Also, I can almost guarantee they're lowering Infernus' damage some next patch. It most likely won't be lower than what the initial buff was. They gave it 6 additional damage one patch, I'm almost guaranteed they're toning that down slightly next patch. Probably not anything too big, maybe like 3, 4 or something. It'll still be useful. It'll just not be as much damage as it is now, most likely. And Divine Ishbala. How do you even spell that? I'm just going to type in I. I am bad with those. Okay, that is no longer an Orpheus loop. That is now a all the Divine Yellow will not fit. Divine Y. All the Divine Y. Okay, good enough. Sure, let's go with that name. Oops, I didn't mean to actually use this team. Fail. Okay. Well, it looks like we'll have to fight this one battle, and then we'll go to use the other team. That is not what I meant to do, but we'll go through... What do we even need here? Mercy I don't want to do because it does give him the free yellow turn. And while that isn't that big a deal, it will freeze us, which is the biggest concern I have with it. There we go. Got alignment, so we'll throw that down. And of course, we can use Mercy to cleanse, as well as this to cleanse. But, oh wait, never mind. Actually, I guess that wouldn't be too big of a deal then, would it? I forgot, she cleanses too. I was thinking like only the Mercy, but no, this actually does cleanse, so it will never miss its turn if it has alignment. So like right there, boom. If we were frozen on yellow, we still would get that. Alignment, nope, none. So we'll throw that. Not much to do here, so we need an Infernus to clear the board. Let me move that first though. So Infernus to clear the board, give us something. And move that over. We're frozen on not yellow. Even if we were, that wouldn't really matter much, since both are yellow spawns. I actually have a yellow spawn that has a 100% chance to cleanse, another yellow spawn that has a 100% chance to cleanse, and a third yellow spawn that has a 1 out of 3 chance to cleanse. So I think we're covered. So we'll go move the red there. Actually, wait, could I have converted that for skulls? Probably not. If I did, that was a mistake. Or if I could have. Oh, now we can. So we'll grab that, and that should almost be match, if not match. There we go, and any poke will kill it. And down it goes. Yeah, definitely 2 really fun troops. Please try critique your defend team. Forest Troll, Glitter Claw, Green Seer, Yasmin's Chosen. What day are you running it on? For defend. Let's see. I assume Blue Day, based on that team, would be the day that you're doing it up against. It seems okay. I don't see anything wrong with it. Except maybe Green Seer. I don't believe Green Seer really targets that well. Most of the converts don't really target that well. But, yeah, I don't think you necessarily need Green Seer. You already have the Entangle from Forest Troll and everything. You haven't said it yet? Yeah, Blue Day would be the way to do it, because you would need, the Glitter Claw would deny out the blues constantly. So that would be the best way to go. Would be on a Blue Day. Also, if they happen to be using Sion for whatever reason, you do get entangles off the Forest Troll too, which will make it so they can't use Sion. Anyways, what was that one team I was going to go do? It was a blue spam team, or not spam team, but it was something with a Skady. Let's see if I can remember it, and then I'll go look up if it's not correct. Let me see. It was Valkyrie, Skady, all the way in the back, most likely, because that's normally where it's used. Or then again, maybe Oriali's in the back because it's immune to Devour. And then there was one other troop of some kind. Oh wait, was this actually pure yellow? I didn't even notice that, if it was. Where'd it go? Yes it was. It actually is pure yellow. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we'll give it a shot for sure. No banner was suggested. Though, based on this team... Ooh. Would I go with the new banner? Because if Valkyrie dies, that'd be unfortunate. And with having the -1 green could be backfire then. But that would... Oh, you know what? It's only a +1 red. I thought it was the other way around. Never mind, that's actually fine. So we will go for the -1 green. It's only 1 green. We're mainly going to be getting up via blue anyways, so we'll do this. Hopefully the Sion won't be too big a deal because, well, it's starting next patch. She has immune to mana drain, assuming they don't change it. So that'll be nice. So I'll go take that skull, take the red. He'll Spirit Fox us. Of course, hey, this is actually like how a yellow day would be, because normally every yellow day carries Spirit Fox pretty much. We'll go take that. It's really cheap and almost everyone has it, so it gets ran a lot. Oh, he gave us alignment. Thank you for that. Perfect alignment right there. Get a nice Valkyrie on like blue. Only slight issue I could really see with this team in Guild Wars is none of our blues have board control. So we're generating a bunch of mana into blue by using this team, but then we're stuck having a bunch of abilities that are kind of just going to idle there. Like right now, if we want to cast for damage, we're kind of stuck. Because we don't have any way to touch the board at all. We do have a summon though, which is nice. I'll try for a blue here. We have blue storm, so it could happen. And we didn't get it, unfortunately. And that's triple to red, isn't it? Triple to yellow. Oh, that's kind of funny. He's using his yellow defend team on his normal defend. So it's actually working out perfectly for us testing it. It's kind of funny. So we're going to take the purple there. Extra turn to as well. We have a couple skull alignments. There's not an extra turn, though, from what I can see. Still going to go for it, though. So move that over. Still no extra turn. Still going to go for it. There we go. A bunch of pokes. He'll get some extra turns because we didn't get any. Spirit Fox will poke with a skull. Get our summon. Actually, both of them summon. Oh, that doesn't do any damage, though. So we'll take that skull for now. We already have the enchant. So instead, we can go for skull poke into the final blow off of this. And that'll give us our summon that we need. I can't do it with the Skady because it has immune to mana burn. And down it goes. And then we get our summon, and there it would be. Oh no. I feel like that's too much mana to be generating into some troops that don't have any board control. It just kind of idles there. Because we got one nice cycle, but then we can't really do much beyond that. And if they have a famine or any kind of mana drain, that would be too high of a liability. Yeah, I don't think I would bother using it on Yellow Day. It is a possible Yellow Day option, but based on the safer versions, I probably wouldn't bother for the most part. If there was a blue yellow that could easily feed back into the cycle of this team, into like a Valkyrie Divine and a blue yellow of some kind that can do that loop, it would work. But those two troops do not serve that purpose, unfortunately. It still has all the damage and everything you would need to win, though. It's definitely usable for Guild War Day. It's just not something I would personally bother throwing. Let's see. A legendary task. Oh, a bunch of glory. That's a lot of glory. Wow, 750. And let's go get claim all. Get all those. And I believe that's almost all of our PvP rewards, right? I think we had one more left. Where are we at? Nope, never mind. That was all of them. Nice. Okay. And of course, another... speaking about PvP rewards, we're almost already at the 3 free Amiras. Of course, Amira is used as a blue counter. I don't know how popular she really is early on in the game. Seems like she'd be able to one-shot most of the time and early on. Biggest reason you don't really see me using her much is this late in the game, her doing 2 times damage is actually not enough to one-shot things, even though it's true damage. As you can see right here, that would end up being about 50, or exactly 52 damage for the initial cast, and it's normally lower. That's actually with 10% bonus, so on a normal week it's even lower. And if we look at HP values in a standard 3 trophy, not a single one of these will be below 52, I'm almost guaranteed. Except maybe Queen Divine Ishbala, mainly because she's so new. Nope, not even that. Well, it has 20% too. But as you can see, not a single one of these troops, even if they were all blue, not a single one of them has under 52 HP. Even something like the Infernus. On our 2 trophies, that might work. Yeah, on our 2 trophy, that actually would work. But on most of the higher battles, she does not have enough damage to actually one-shot. Like here's a Goblin team, wouldn't be able to one-shot a single blue. Nor would it even be able to target. And that Mercy we would be able to. So yeah, it's mainly just on the 3 trophies when they have those higher stats. I guess if we were to run it on 2 trophies, we'd still be able to get away with using a Amira. But yeah, definitely get up to that point. It's pretty easy to kill purples in PvP. Something most people are probably doing automatically anyways. It's a nice troop to have around for sure. Oh, why am I doing this one? I actually do prefer the Mercy version of this exact team. It's basically exactly what I'm using now, except with a Mercy in slightly different order. I was thinking of doing it earlier this morning too, but I didn't end up going for it. The main reason I didn't want to go for it was because I didn't want to do another team that had a Mercy in it, since we already kind of did it. Okay, well, we'll go, and also I wanted to try getting Hero Class, because as you guys know, if you do use oh, I forget what it's called, the Priest. If you use the Priest class, which you end up getting from the White Helm Kingdom, and you set it to a Divine, it does indeed start you with half mana. As you can see, we have half mana, and now we have a Dawnbringer to go cast out if we want to. Unfortunately, there aren't really too many good yellow AoE weapons. Very, very few of them really exist, and Dawnbringer is about one of the only few options there is. Sun and Moon as well, but Sun and Moon most people don't have, because the means of which it is obtained these days is not really realistic, since one of the only ways to really gain it is via cash. They might eventually be adding it to the Soul Forge, but at this current moment in time, there isn't really an easy way. It was first introduced via Glory for like 80 Glory way, way back in the day. But that was like ages upon ages ago, like probably over 2 years. What do we even need here? I guess I get rid of red. A little bit of a weird thing to get rid of. But it dies, so it doesn't matter. Let's see. What else did I miss in chat? Let's see. Already did that. Can you try this team? Lava Elemental, Inferno King, Mercy, Inferno. Wait, what's the last one? What do you mean with Inferno as last one? Do you mean Infernus? Yeah, I'll go give it a shot. Okay, let's go put it all the way to the suggested team slots and go get all that in. And if any of you guys still have any other questions, team builds, or need help building teams or anything of the such, feel free to leave them in chat. Also, tomorrow's stream, I will make sure to go watch the stream that the devs did today. And if they had any juicy informations, I will be letting you guys know. Also, I will try getting the best teams video out within the next few days too, assuming that the next patch doesn't randomly come out of nowhere, in which case we might not do a best teams video of this patch, because we might not have enough time for. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of strong things to show for this patch, that is for sure. Not sure how many we'll even get to, but definitely a pretty solid 6 for the best teams video. I like doing them mainly as just an archive kind of thing, to show what new teams were created during every single new version of the game. And there's going to be a pretty big change probably next patch, because next we could start doing maybe best teams for things like not only Guild Wars and such too, but also for Bounty Hunter and Dungeons. Though of course those will probably be their own independent videos, particularly initially. Oh, there's a code that they just gave out. I'll go use that after the battle. What was I about to go do? Oh yes, I keep losing sidetracked. Lava Elemental. Oh yeah, what team did you mean, or what trip did you mean with that, Professor? The Inferno as your last one. Because nothing is Inferno, I don't believe. Yeah, there's Infernus, if you're referring to that. I assume that's what you meant. So we'll put the Inferno King in there. What was the other one? Where'd it go? Mercy, and I have no clue what the last one was that you mentioned. I assume Infernus. If I can type it. Wait, is there a weapon called Inferno? No, there isn't. Sometimes I forget some of the names of weapons because the underused ones are, well, underused. Seems like a little bit of a odd team of Lava Elemental there. Normally if you have something like an Inferno King, a Infernus, and a fully traded Mercy, you probably don't need to be using a Lava Elemental. Lava Elemental is kind of nice for a tank, but it's only particularly good early on in the game, because you get so many better options later on. But then again, actually that's not necessarily true, because Dark Monolith is actually weaker in most situations than a Lava Elemental. As weird as that may seem, the main reason for this is because you get a lot better value out of a single explosion than you do out of Dark Monolith's ability if you're not specifically building an entire team around Dark Monolith's ability. So like right here, we have a bunch of board control that we can now use, not only to get a bunch of red destruction, but like for example right here, we can go take this, get a little bit of extra boost ratio, get our red, get it right back up, and feed the extra red into him. So we got a pretty decent amount of value out of that. And we could take it for like a skull here. There's a lot of different things that we can mess around and tweak around with it. Also, since we have the burn off of Infernus, we can actually go for a 2x skull damage with him. So we take 56 right there. So yeah, you know what? Actually, it does work okay. I keep forgetting, not that many things really have Pyromania. Before, what used to be the best Pyromania was War, but then for whatever reason, they removed Pyromania from War. And as sad as that may seem, I honestly think that Lava Elemental might be one of the best Pyromanias now. I keep forgetting that that's kind of an aspect of him. But, yeah, there aren't too many other troops that have it. Maybe Shegra as well, but Shegra isn't that tanky. Shegra you would normally use a little bit further back in your line. Very rarely is it used in, like, first slot. Oh, what am I doing? We can already win. And down it goes. Yeah, that worked surprisingly well. There's one thing I was going to go do. Oh, yes. I was going to go look up things that actually have that trait and see what the best ones are at the moment. Because there aren't really that many. And it might actually be Lava Elemental. I forget what it's called, though, already. Let me see. Lava Elemental. It's called Pyromania. I didn't even need to check it. I just randomly remembered it. Pyromania. Oh, there's only 6. Yeah, that would explain why. There's technically only 3. There's only Lava Elemental, Fire Lizard, and Shegra. because these other three are essentially dead content in almost every situation. So yes, yeah, especially if you don't have a Shagra. Lava Elemental, nice with the 50% skull resistance, and has board control. Shagra would deny out your red, so if you're using a team oriented towards reds, you'd want to use the Lava Elemental instead regardless. So yeah, Fire Lizard, the only big issue with this is it's a little bit too random with his cast, but he technically has it too. Though similar to Shagra, it has the issue of not having any durability. Not to mention it's also a lower rarity, so I think it has it has lower overall durability as well. Slightly higher attack though. So out of all three of these, it actually has the highest base attack. Not by much. It goes 27, 28, 29. But technically, he does have the highest of them. Of course, Demonstraxia and Salamander have even higher. But both of their abilities are near useless. So not really worth using in their current state. Particularly the Salamander, gosh. He was dead content when he first came out, and he's still dead content to this day. That hasn't really changed. If they made his attack, like, insanely high, like 38 or something, that might be too high, but I don't even remember what the max attack is at this moment, because it's hard to tell, because even if you search it by attack, it's probably going to have one of them that has a huge bonus as the highest attack. Let's see, the highest base attack in the game is 43, surprisingly. I did not realize it was that high. I actually never realized oTheRani had that high of an attack. Wow. Since when was he the highest base attack in the game? When on earth did that happen? Wow, that's actually a really large margin, too. That's not even like a small margin. It's like, boom, 43. You can't really count Ketris and Voice of Orpheus here and all these that have like a small percent because they're not actually here. I remember when Marilith and Bonnie Rose at one point was like the highest attack, and they just keep creeping up and up and up and up, and there we are. Yeah, interesting. I didn't realize that oTheRani and Sliff actually have the two highest attacks in the game. That would also explain why they're very rarely ever used, particularly Sliff. Because the higher attack troops tend to have, the lower armor and HP they tend to have. Whereas for whatever reason, when troops have higher magic, that doesn't necessarily mean they have lower armor and HP. But for attack it does, which is a little bit of a weird. It's why casting is actually so strong as well. It's because a good majority of troops that are focused on casting and magic-based damage have a really low attack, but they have a high HP and armor. And since you could just spam cast basically as easily or even better than what you can spam skull, you're better off just doing cast in many situations. It's another reason why casting is so strong right now as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me go claim that one code that was posted. I guess we'll go claim it as well. See if we get anything nice from it, from the dev code. Also, it's the dev code, so it probably has some shiny things in it. They normally put some trait stones in there, sometimes runic, sometimes minor trait stones. We'll have to see. Let's see, what do we have in it? Hopefully something good. My nail is bothering me. There's like a nail inside my nail from a hangnail. There we go, I got it out. Okay, anyways. Where was I? Mail. Go grab that, and that gives the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key. Oh wait, it's a normal code. What? Why are the devs giving out normal codes? Normally they give out special codes. Oh well, not that big a deal. I will go claim the one thingy. Oh, that turns out just to be a normal one, and we get a runic out of it. Hey, see, we still got runics after all. Except we got it from the key. Yeah, that's what the little code from them gave us. It's been a while since they've just put up a normal code. Normally they give something, like with minors or something. Okay, well, that's not too big a deal. Where's the Mercy version? Yeah, let's go with the Mercy version. I like how quickly it gets Infernus up, because it basically one-turns Infernus, which very rarely happens by other means. Except it's still not going to happen because we don't have a really good board here. I guess we could cast it. If it double surges, we get full mana. The problem, though, is you'll get that yellow and a bunch of other stuff, so you know what, I'm actually not going to go for it. We can wait. We'll be patient a turn or two. The only slight downside to that is he might start going crazy by then. But we'll get a Mercy here, get our manas, get both of them up, and we should be able to get rolling here if he doesn't do something really weird. There we go. Oh, Sion. He almost got it up in time. Very close. Not quite, though. And luckily, Mercy doesn't really get much mana, so we don't really need to worry about his draining aspect as much. Still have to worry about it, just not a super huge concern. We'll throw this down. Please, extra turn. Nope. Not for him. Oh, he didn't go for the skull baits. What do we need here? We're enchanted on the 1, which is kind of nice, because if we get drained... Well, for one, it normally wouldn't be able to get drained. So we'd actually always have this as a mana generator starting next patch, making this team even stronger. But even if it was in this current state, We keep getting enchant, so you will still keep your enchant through mana drains. The only thing that removes enchant, there's two things that remove enchant. If you cast your ability, it will remove enchant, and if you get dispelled, it will remove enchant. Any other instance will not remove it, so them constantly mana draining us will not remove it from us, which is quite convenient. So even if we get drained, we would be able to come back from the drain in most situations. Oh, I did not want to get rid of green. The main reason being is we already do it off the other troop. We don't really have another option, so we are going to have to go for it. Throw the Infernus down, hopefully get some Cascades. He's already weak enough that he's pretty much dead. He did get that Inferno King revive, though. But not too big a deal. We'll just keep throwing huge Infernuses at him. Does quite a bit of damage. And that will die. Not too big a concern. Not like it's Guild Wars. And one more little poke will do it. So move that over, move that over. Infernus, and don't you dare revive again. Good. And down it goes. Can you try Desert Troll, Fire Giant, Infernus, and Alkalite with 2 times... Wait, what? I don't think that team would work out. Desert Troll, Fire Giant, Infernus... Okay, never mind. It might work out. I thought you said something else other than Fire Giant. Oops, that is Tomes of Evils. Evil! Let me go clear out the Tome of Evils real quick. What would even kill it quickly? What are you, Daemons? I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's throw down... Oh, let's go throw down the money bags guy. Where's our plus 400 gold team? We just had it here. There it is. Let's go take him out for gold. Okay, so right off the bat, gonna start getting our monies up. Most important thing, we need to start getting rolling. Well, that didn't take long. Well, actually, we didn't get our money up, but we got an extra turn into full mana there. We'll take the red, I guess. Try for the brown, didn't get it. Take the brown, so we get brown. And the guaranteed chance right there. Throw an alchemist, and no alignment. Nope, no alignment. I guess we can throw it on maybe green or something. Yeah, I guess green's okay. In this team, it doesn't matter if we get rid of green, so we'll do just that. He'll do whatever there with the little Tome of Evil. He better not die to Death Mark. Throw a Goblin Rocket just to clear out some of the board. Not too big a deal. Just trying to keep as many reds as we can on the board. Throw that down, and there we go. Should have alignment. Good. Get a Mercy. A Alchemist. Keep going from there. Come on, Alchemist. Where's your alignment? You don't have any. Can we not get it into a blue? I can't even drop it into a blue, I don't think. Even if we try moving... Oh, wait. Hello. It's just sitting right in front of me. Fail. Okay, we'll just throw this like right over there. We can throw that now onto the blue that's sitting in the other corner that I wasn't looking at. And then we could try Goblin Rocket dropping something somewheres. Let's see. Let's move that first. Just to get that out the way. Move that out the way. That gives us alignment. I won't throw away the excess. Oh, he got a Ancient Horror. Oh, that's cool. You end up getting even more purple kills. I didn't think about that. So he's really giving us all the purples then, in that case. So throw that down. Didn't double check for alignment, but we can simply throw that down so it doesn't matter. Double check everything here. Oh, could have taken the skull first. Do I get rid of purples? Not the best of ideas. But if we don't have many other options, I will have to do that. So we'll just throw a random Goblin Rocket. I could align this. So I'm actually going to do that instead. Probably better value. Grab that. Get our kill. Take the reds. Double check everything else. Doesn't look like we need it. Throw a Goblin Rocket just for fun. Here, have some browns. Get some greens. Gets the kill. Very nice. But now we need to go kill it again. Throw that down. Get our turn. Get our poke. Get our steal. And dies to double skull. Perfect. The code is from Syrup, not Salty. That's why there's no extra special anything. I guess that would make sense. But yeah, let me go try that Desert Troll team. I have been saying for ages that there isn't really many viable, or really any viable Desert Troll teams, so I guess we'll give it a shot. I think that's even more relevant now, though, given that this new guy, Moneybags, whatever his name is, Money Launderer, ended up coming into this game. Might just keep calling him Moneybags, though. That's what his ability is called. I used to do the same thing with Forest Guardian. I used to always call it, something else. I used to call it Forest... I used to call it Nature Guardian, I believe. Because I combined its ability with the second half. I always call it Nature instead of Forest. But anyways, I'm probably going to keep calling him Moneybags from the same reason. Okay, what do I need? Desert Troll, get that in there. Desert Troll, where are you? Could've just typed in troll, that would have been a lot easier. Because if we type in troll, that just brings up all 6 trolls. I almost said 8. Let's see, Fire Giants, that's the guy that does reds, 10 reds I believe when they die, right? Yes, 10 reds. It also does triple to burning, which if we have an Infernus, which we are indeed putting, it will be quite useful. Oh, hello. We only have 1 Infernus, that's why it's not going in. If you already have it in your team and you only have the 1, you can't actually drag it from the thing. Like if we put it back, we can. But if it's already here, we can't drag it right now. Oops, I just overwrit the other one. What was this there? Fail, 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 fail. Oh yeah, that was the Fire Giants. Fire Giants, and what was the last one we needed? Alkalites. So that will cover the rest of the colors and give us a brown to feed back into Desert Troll, though how we get that mana might be a little hard, since we can really only get it from Infernus cast for the most part. Okay, what was the banner that you said? 2 green, 1 purple, minus blue. So we're going all in on the, what's his name? The Desert Troll. There it is. So we'll go for that, and should be good to go. Okay, so let's do this. Rush the Desert Troll, obviously, due to the double green, and see what we can do from there. So take the blue, take the skull. Already got the burn, so we can go into that if need be. Guess we'll take a... How do we go about this? There's green available, but it's a trap. So I guess we take that into the red, into a purple apparently. And he gives us that. Perfect. Take our green, full mana. Not really enough to double, so we'll go move that first. That gives us a bit of everything. How much is triple damage on him? That is 78. That is not enough to kill anything, unfortunately. But it will be after an Infernus cast. So I guess we'll throw an Infernus. Now we can kill almost anything we want. Or maybe not anything. Actually, we can only kill those 2. Though that one can't be burned, so never mind, only that one. So we'll kill that, get 10 reds. Look how small 10 reds is compared to 14. It seems like such a big difference now. I know he has triple damage, so that he gets a little bit more value out of it in a way. But, I don't know, I kind of prefer to gem spawn. And get it looping with other stuff than one really big hit. Okay. We don't really ever need to cast the Alkalite, unless there's a ridiculous amount of browns on the board. Because trying to do it right now is most likely going to miss. And probably wouldn't be worth it. Can you stop reducing us to negative infinity attack? There we go. Can your turn end? There you go. Finally. And he just ends all of that with a single poke on the skull to kill. Oh, we have no skulls anymore. So we have to win off of just Infernus spam. Which shouldn't be too hard. 1 more Infernus will kill. All we need to do is just not die to infinite turns in that time. There we go. Good. He ended his turn there. Unfortunately, a little bit of a weird situation. And Alkalite doesn't feed anything into it. So I think we are going to go this entire battle without casting Alkalite once. We'll throw that red up. And he'll just take whatever. Oops, did I leave that there? I don't think I did. But we'll throw that down and dead. If he actually would have landed that, we would have lost. If he would have landed that cast, which he almost did. Surprised it missed. There we go. Best soul forming team without Fairish Ra. Dragon Soul, Triple Azurus, if you have it. In any challenge that you can double kill. It's a little bit expensive, but if you have it, that is the best one that uses 0 mythics. It's Dragon Soul, Triple Azurus. Where to go? Dragon Soul. And a bunch of Azuruses. And you set that to a +2 purple, +1 red, or any banner that goes all in into the Dragon Soul. Preferably purple like that, though, because it just works out better, since you already have the purple Alpha Azuruses. Then you just go to any weak challenge that can be double-shotted. I guess for now, we'll just go simply into the first challenge here, because why not? And double-check that their stats are fine. Yeah, it is. Because sometimes they have like 10 or 20%, which can make it impossible to do on a specific challenge area. But they seem to be fine this time. And all we do is just take every purple we see immediately. And then work on reds if there's no purples. Throw the Dragon Soul down. And then do it again, and then we win. And just keep repeating that. And all of these have Necromancy. The reason you use Azurus fully traded is, well, for one, Necromancy, obviously. And the second reason is for the purple that they end up giving. The only slightly bad downside compared to using Dragon Soul Triple Azurus compared to a Valkyrie version, let's say like Warlocks or something, is you will never actually gain the max capacity if you're going for the quick win. There used to be a glitch that would allow it, but that glitch no longer works. So if you do a double cast Dragon Soul, it does not get you the max capacity of souls. That's one of the big things that's kind of a downside to it at the moment. I believe at this moment it's around, it used to be about as high as 25,000 souls per hour. I think it's about 20,000 or slightly under 20,000 these days though. As you can see, very easily in about a minute, we can get 234. Let's just say it does take us 1 minute per battle, which is, it's definitely quicker than that. But let's just say it does for whatever reason, maybe slow battles. That would come out to a very solid 14,000. So without a shadow of a doubt, that is a very clean 15,000 plus per hour, though it can very easily end up reaching up to 20,000, if not a little higher. Let's see. But yeah, if any of you guys have anything else you want me to go over, just let me know, and we'll make sure to do so. Other than that, guess we'll go over one more Diviner team, or just mess with some other thing. Still, I have to say, the other version of, the one that doesn't use Hero, the order of, the other team that uses this, but in a different order, has been my favorite so far, which is, I believe, this one. Yeah, there it is. Mercy, Diviner, Infernus, Divine, Ishbala. This is definitely my favorite Ishbala team at the moment. Okay, so we'll go through the Mercy here. Never mind. Or is it even worth going for? Well, we get the double pair. Barely get any value out of it, but oh well. At least it gives us Infernus, and that's the main thing that matters here. So go grab that, get that down. Any viable mid-game purple Guild War defend without Mythic? What legends do you have? You could base it completely around a Dragon Soul. You could place it completely around a... Actually, there's not too many big purples I'm trying to think of at the moment. Purple's more of a utility color, or magic spam. Oh, you could build it around a creeping death weapon. I think I used to do something like really, really early in Guild War times with that, but then I end up replacing it for something else. Yeah, I need to go double check that. I forget what utilities purple even has for high damage off of purple. Because normally if I need a purple damage, I'm using something like Element Grim, Infernus, or something like that. But obviously those are higher rarity stuff. Throw that down. Get a convert here. That will definitely give us... I'm not even going to bother double checking. That is guarantee alignment. Or not guarantee, but it's a pretty good chance that would have aligned. So just throw the Infernus there. That's almost clean. Actually it does, except he got that revive, and of course he's still alive, but that's not too big a deal. Throw that down, get our Mercy. See if we can get any kind of cast here. Oh, whoa, whoa, oops, I was about to use this as if it's an Inferno King. That would have been a fail. That doesn't work. What would work is nothing, so we'll go take the red. Move that over, double check again. Does not look like we... Oh, wait, we do. Never mind, almost missed it. So we got that right there. And that's matched off of everything. Sweet. Oh yeah, purples that are good for damage under Guild War Day that you would need to finish your purple team off. Let's see. Well, first, what do I even use these days for Purple Day? Yeah, I end up using way too many mythics. Well, I guess if you have an Umberwolf fully traded, you could go Hellcat, Umberwolf with 2 other utilities. And those 2 other utilities could be like a Dragon Soul into something else. Purple has a lot of cast damage, though. Let me see. So we have Dragon Soul. Purple, a mid-range purple with no mythics. Asha, gonna have immune to mana drain next patch. Could use it first slots. Boar Rider, great for board control. Azura, great for mana generation. Actually, I think I might prefer that more. Baba Yaga, great silence and summoner if we really need it. You get her for free. So this team's starting to get really cheap then. Azura you get for free. Baba Yaga you get for free. Azura's from Erlantis. Baba Yaga's from the... what's that kingdom called? I actually forgot off the top of my head. Urskea. She's from the Urskea kingdom. So both of those are completely free just from doing the half-hour to an hour quest line for each of them. And what's the other utility we can put in there? So we have a little bit of everything we need. I guess a Herd Master for cleanse and for more mana generation would be perfectly fine. Herdmaster is generally what is used when you need a budget cleanse, because I believe it's the lowest rarity with a full cleanse, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll go just throw Herdmaster into here. Also, do not use Herdmaster on yellow Guild War Day, but it works on purple. The reason for this, if you use on yellow Guild War Day, you're most likely removing a lot of yellow to try to get your mana accumulation, which wouldn't really work that well. Because you're just going to be taking away the manas that he needs to explode, because he explodes all yellows on the board. Go grab that, and 1 second. Let's see what we need here. What banner do we even need with this? We don't use brown, so probably that +2 red, +1 yellow, -1 brown. Though I kind of want to go with 0 mana. I could go blue-purple and just put it behind. The problem with doing that, though, never mind, is we'd actually be denying out a lot of our color. So you know what, I am just going to go all in on the Dragon Soul then with this. Or maybe not all in on Dragon Soul, but we'll go with that. Baba Yaga, actually I don't need it in the last slot. Let me put it like that. And the Baba Yaga summon will indeed cover brown. Though it will block us on purple, which will be a little annoying. But since we have +2 red, we can simply get Dragon Soul up and constantly use that as the baseline of our team. So yeah, this would be a budget, somewhat budget team that you could use for purple mid-range. No mythics. 2 of them you get for free, doing almost nothing. Ultra rare should be pretty easy to obtain. Only thing hard in here is for Dragon Soul. Though I'm not quite sure what state Dragon Soul will be in starting next patch, so who knows if it'll be good or not. Probably still would be, but we don't know what they're changing on him next patch. All we know is that they are changing him, at least his traits anyways. So now we have a double silence, we have our blue destroy, got a lot of utility here. Do we take the blue destroy now? Yeah, I guess we go for it. Gives us pretty much everything. So yes, it doesn't need to give us everything, and we got the extra turn, so perfect. We'll go throw, I guess, the silence first. I would also summon if we had a space left. So we do have a summoner with this team. And we have 3 things that mana generate, surprisingly, which works out nicely. A little bit low on damage, but we have enough disable that might not really be a concern. Also, Azura technically is damage as well. It's just not really consistent damage because there's only a chance that it would actually damage. It's not guaranteed. As you can see, we could just keep spamming the silence. It disables half their team pretty well, and just keep looping everything until you win. You get a lot of mana generation, which is important for score, and yeah, it works. It'll do what you need to for Guild Wars. Might not be the best team out there, but it gets the job done. And even if we lose something like that, boom, we get a summon. So it's like we didn't even lose anything. And now if we still have a mana generator left, what we can actually do is fully generate that. And now it does triple damage to anything that's silenced. So assuming the enemy's still silenced, boom, triple damage, 1 shot dead. And there we go. Yeah, it works. It'll do what you need it to do in Guild Wars. Not sure if it'll perfect score or how well it would score. A little bit too weak for me to use, but it's definitely very, very cheap to obtain aside from the Dragon Soul. Not quite sure what you use as a replacement for that though, because you need another mana generator and a damager, both at once, and most lower rarities can't do both of those simultaneously. Maybe Wisp, I guess, if you have absolutely nothing else. It would give you another Dispel too. You also have Dispel with Azura already though, so you don't really need a Wisp. But if you really didn't have anything else, I guess you could put a Wisp there. Wouldn't be as good, but it would serve a somewhat similar purpose. Is that purple attack? Have all those? Need purple Guild War defend. Oh, I thought you said purple attack. My bad. Purple Guild War defends? I don't know. That's really dependent on everything else you're using. Normally when you're setting up defend, you need to set up like all of them at once, so you kind of know which ones you have or have not covered. If I was to go purple defend, there's a couple different angles you could go, but of course the first turn convert is one of the easiest way, and building something like a mercy team or something that has the purple convert, like let's say a Yao Gui, that new green-red that came in from the the Shen Tang Kingdom, things like that have purple denial is normally what you'd want to use. Watch out to make sure that you're not using anything too loopy. Teams tend to use Queen Mab occasionally on a purple day, but other than that, you mainly just want to have purple removal. There's quite a few things that like to do purple spam. Umbra Wolf is pretty popular, Element Grimm is pretty popular, Infernus is pretty popular, stuff like that. So you want to make sure you have counters to that kind of stuff. Yeah, Shentang. I don't know why I keep getting tripped up with that. It's such a kind of generic name to name like a Chinese-related themed kingdom like that. But, I don't know, I keep getting tripped up by it for whatever reason. Shen Tang. Yeah, I know. I don't know why it keeps tripping me up. It's such a simple one of them, too. It's not like it's one of those really complex ones. But anyways, guys. I haven't even done dungeons yet. I need to go into dungeons. We were almost going for 2 hours now. And I haven't even done dungeons. But with that being said, I'm probably going to finish out dungeons and then end out the stream. So if there's any other questions, feel free to leave them. Or if I missed any, definitely relieve them. Oops, I have the Moneylender here to use it for gold farming. Let me go get rid of that for now and go put a, I guess another firebomb. So go put that right there. But yeah, new patch, most likely coming later this week. It will be bringing in a lot of new features. A lot of new features. Oh wait, question. How do you have 4 stars in Shentang? You just have 4 stars. There's 8 troops in the kingdom. So it's technically possible to have 5 stars right now. The reason no one has 5 stars though, or no one should have 5 stars I should say, is it's basically impossible until next Monday. So 1 week from today, or from, yeah, 1 week from today. It's possible to have it, though the amount of resources you would have had to have spent to have it right now is so absurd that I'm pretty sure no one has done it. You would have to have more resources than you would know ever what to do with. Like someone with like 50,000 gems or something to be able to actually do that. It would be way too insane of an amount that you would need to throw at it. So no one has likely done it. Alright, we'll throw that down, get our firebomb. Get a Rowan. Maybe if it was a magic kingdom, I would think some people might have done it. But to get an HP kingdom just 1 week earlier or 1.5 weeks earlier, no one is going to bother doing that. It's way too expensive. Thank you for the 2-hour stream, no problem. Yeah, normally when there's newer content to actually go over, I will do the longer streams. It's just normally when it's just kind of basic stuff, like last week when it was one of the most useless troops I've ever seen. There really isn't much of a need to extend out the stream much to go over it. But even with how long we did this stream, there is still so much more we can mess around with them. They're 2 very, very fun troops. And if neither of them are getting nerfed, which I don't think she will get nerfed, but there is a chance the common might. But assuming neither of them get nerfed, they are going to be viable for a long time into the future. So we have those to look forward to. I do personally believe they should tone down his either his gem spawn slightly or the amount of gold he needs slightly. Something about that just seems too easy to get. Like every other boost ratio requires so much. Like Bonnie Rose, you need like 150 gold just to try to even think about one-shotting with her. Because she has a 2-to-1 boost ratio. So if you have 100 gold, that's 50 additional damage. That is 73 damage. Which this late in the game is not actually enough to one-shot. And if you were to actually go all the way to 1,000 or 150 gold, which means you would need to have 2 merchants on your team, which can be a little bit clunky at times, though you could easily do it now with Alchemist plus the money bags. That would bring you only to 25 extra on top of that, so that would be what? That would be 75, that would be 98 damage. And as you can see by basically every single thing we have, 98 damage is not enough to kill anything. So even with 150 gold, which is the full maximum capacity of gold, Bonnie Rose can't even do her full potential. Whereas, as you can see, 100 damage, which she doesn't even do, would not kill a single trip you're looking at almost. Very few of them would actually go down to 100 damage. There are a few of them. Actually, she's 98 damage exactly. But very, very few things would go down to that. And that's when her completely maxed out. That other guy, he needs 32 gold only, which is 1 Alchemist cast at this current moment in time to max out, which just seems a little bit too strong. If it was something like Bonnie Rose, where it needed like 150 to do that many, then that'd be understandable. But, yeah, a little bit too over the top. Misty started a stream. Can you show you the legendary troop combo? Best one that you like? Oh, yeah, we can go do that again real quick. It was this one over here. The 2 best that we have so far, or at least of my personal favorite, is Alchemist, Money Launderer, Yalgway, and Goblin Rocket for the Money Launderer. You can also replace Goblin Rocket with a higher option. You can also replace Yalgway with a Goblin Rocket, a second Goblin Rocket. And the one for the new troop, which is what you requested for, is not that one. That's the one I showed earlier, which is almost the same as this one. But it's basically different order, just with the replacement of the Dawnbringer with Mercy. It's Mercy, Diviner, Infernus, and Divine Isabella. This is definitely my favorite so far. It has the double frontline tank. It has the heal, has 3 cleanse, or technically 2.3. It has 2 automatic cleanses and 1 at a 1 in 3 chance. So we'll go for our mana there, get it all the way to max, see if we can get this down. He has a Mercy of his own, interestingly enough. So I have to be careful if I do end up casting this. With that being said, I'm actually not going to cast because he's going to give us alignment just by letting him do his thing. So I'm going to deliberately do nothing here. So we'll do that. It should get a cast here, and it does get one pair, but that gives us alignment, so we can now cast this. This gives us everything. This should ideally be able to get down as well. And now we just take a bunch of skulls, keep poking them down, poke, poke, poke. Doesn't even matter if we're using a proper frontline tank, it doesn't even matter. We get plenty of value just from whatever we set there. It could have zero, or not zero attack, but it could have very trivial attack and would still function. We still have our extra turn, so we will go for that, get some more skulls, keep getting pokes. We are up against a Gorgulfo, so we are doing almost nothing with those, so we should probably start getting some Infernuses down. So I'm going to go try getting one more magic buff here, actually. It gives some more skulls, too, which is kind of not really doing much, but still. More skulls and more skulls. Get an Infernus here. I was trying to get that magic so we can actually start getting some pokes. Do we have alignment here? It's green to yellow and red to skull, which... no, that doesn't help us. Mercy also doesn't help us. Gorgulfo, surprisingly, on his team would help us when he casts. So I'm just going to take some purple here. He's going to clear the board anyways when he goes. Oh, no, he didn't cast yet. We'll go throw that down. Get another Infernus. Almost killed him. 1 damage off, really? Maybe we should have taken more skulls. Okay, double check for Mercy. Double check for any other kind of alignment. Doesn't matter what it's on. And I did not believe we have it. Can't even get a single one of these things converted to yellow. So with that being said, I think I poke him for 1 damage, just so he dies down. I'll throw an Infernus. Oh no! We're starting to fall behind some, but we can just go through this now. Now that he's killed, we could easily destroy him with every skull. So that becomes a lot easier now. And then throw the Infernus, and then ideally we'd be able to get that from the beginning. Kill out the first 2 troops with skulls, and then just use Infernus constantly on the last 2 for very high damage, or the last 3, depending on it. But yeah, that's basically what I would be using most of the time with the Diviner, as well as for the money bags, the other guy. I really like that Yalgwei now has even more of a purpose, because he is personally my favorite thing from the previous kingdom as well. Infernus substitute in what team? In the second one? Let me see. What team was that again? Just need to double check the actual lineup. Oops, not that one. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This one. Infernus. I want to say either a Goblin Rocket or a Garuda would be your replacement there. I'd probably go Goblin Rocket because I just have a thing for using Goblin Rocket. I just enjoy using him. He's a really unique troop that, despite being a low rarity, is quite a bit fun to use. A little bit towards the slower side. Biggest issue with that is you wouldn't have damage output. Really depends what you're up against. If you want to use it for all of the alignment to keep getting your extra turn to keep skull spamming him to death, you would use it with a Goblin Rocket. If they have like a Rogoltha or something and you're not going to be able to skull spam only, you'd probably want to go Garuda or some kind of other really big red-yellow. Whatever you put there needs to be red-yellow. It has to use yellow. And, well, it doesn't have to be red, but you're going to be... if you put red there, it will cover every color. So you'd most likely want to have red there. It's not that as big a deal. As long as it's a yellow troop that has high damage output, that's the main thing you would replace for Infernus with. It has to be a damage source, though. Because otherwise, Divine Isabella is your only damage source, and that's going to get you nowheres at all. It's going nowheres if you're using that as your only damage source, because you're skull spamming the entire time, and if you're up against things that are anti-skull spam, it's not going to work out. It does have Cleanse, though, so you never need to worry about Entangle, but you still have to worry about attack reduction, and of course things like Rogoltha and such. Do you think Sakima could work? It would have to use in yellow. I don't think you can get away with using Sakima, unfortunately. It does create more yellow. But I don't really think it would end up working out. Maybe, because you get... You know what? Maybe it would. I guess we'll go try it real quick. Seems a bit clunky, but... if we can get good board alignments, it might end up coming through. So I'll go put a Sakima there real quick. Just see what happens. And we'll go with this. Problem with this is we have so much yellow focus. So we're putting way too much into one troop that if it doesn't have alignment, we can't do anything. And then we're stuck doing nothing the entire time. For example, we're stuck doing nothing right now. Even though we have full mana on it, we can't do a single thing. So we'll just wait. And we still can't do a single thing. And this might happen a lot. Because we don't have anything else to put yellow into. And we have no easy way of mana generating for that. And now we can't even fill anything with this. Yeah, it's not going to work out. You'd have to get really, really lucky for it to work. Okay, I'm going to throw this down and just hope we get lucky. Speaking about luck, we're going to throw that down. See if we have a mercy or anything. If not, we'll just throw this down, I guess. And do we have alignment? But yeah, you can see you're getting way more yellow than you need. It'd be better off just having Goblin Rocket or something there. Because we're very rarely going to be getting the manas we need for this. Okay, we have some skull pokes and such. I guess we throw it down again. Get that down, get our enchants. Oh, there was an extra turn somewhere in all that mess. We don't have a mercy though. Or at least not an extra turn mercy, so we'll go move that. That gives us extra turn mercy. We got our enchants now, at least it gets mana. Go move that over. Move that down. We actually can get a cast here for free, so we will go do that. It just feeds right back into itself though, but it does supply more skulls onto the board. So we'll go take that. Do we have a drop here? Yes, we do. Take the blue, move that down. That gives us mercy, but of course our mercy keeps denying out the color. Actually, we're denying out both the colors. One denies out red, the other one denies out purple. Everything it uses, we deny out. Yeah, there's really no point in using Sakima here. It might get one really big cast once it finally gets to cast. The problem is it's barely going to get any cast. It'll be lucky if it gets one, maybe two. Very maybe. But, let's see. Let's get one cast out of it. Dawnbringer. That's unfortunate. I don't have any way to actually counter that unless we can take a skull, a Hello Skull. That's exactly what we need. And now we can get one big Sakima, which is, I believe, is blue to skull and brown to yellow, so we do get an extra turn. And his boost ratio is based on all ally magic. And because Diviner keeps giving us magic, that hits pretty hard. Yeah, if it could actually ever get a cast in, it is a pretty nice ability. The problem is its colors are horrible. You really do need double yellow. Doesn't even matter if it's a Goblin Rocket, you just need something there that's yellow. But anyways, let's put Infernus back in there. And, oops, that'll be our normal team that we'll be using for that. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. Hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night and a rest of your week. Next patch is likely later this week, though it has not been confirmed to my understanding, but very likely. So once that comes out, we will have a lot more to go over, of course, as well. Up until then, we'll mainly be messing around with a couple more Shintang related stuff, as well as, of course, the two amazing new troops that ended up coming in today. 3 a.m. in the UK. This 2-hour stream is going to make you late for work. Oh, sorry. Well, good. I'm ending it right now, so go to bed. Sorry about that. But yeah, hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you so much for coming down. Leave a like if you've enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Best of luck if any of you are opening up keys, and goodbye, everyone.